Drop, you can't ignore it. I'm transforming now these cars and planes, I'm always boarding. Just out touring down in Charlotte like I play for Hornets. When I'm performing, never boring, now you can't afford it. Champagne Perrier, vintage friends on my face, looking like I'm from the deep. These no Cartiers, pockets deep, 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 bro. I can make it in my seat, bro. Do you, I'm doing me, bro. Making noise, use a beat, bro. Whoa, I press the button and the doors go up like, whoa. the strip. Neighborhood be the name. Neighborhood no crib. Neighborhood that's me. Neighborhood that's Nate. Neighborhood do the dance. Neighborhood do the deal. Okay. Thought I'd never make it, like no way. I'm the real deal, no role play. My days off, that's no days. No, I hustle hard, young rose. E be the shooter, that's cold case. Those on the deals, that's brose. Got no pay, yo, no say. Okay, this the news, tell them read it. Been the one since the fetus. Don't sleep on me, Tempur-Pedic. That's a no, no, no. Spending dope for no reason. Got a ball head, Mr. Cleaner. Heard the big bags overseas, then we gon' go, go, go. Whoa, I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa, that money clip us now, that new now looks like, whoa, upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 I press the button and the doors go off like, whoa, that money clip us now, that new now looks like, whoa, upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa, 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 whoa.
What's up, y'all? It's the Hood Trucker Show, and I'm the Hood Trucker. As you can see, I got a couple of new lights. Got to try to, improve the setup a little bit. We trying to, we trying to do some things over here. So, the title is: Are some mother relationships going a little too far? And the reason why I say that, or we're asking the question, is because I know I'm a week late, but a week ago, Kodak Black, had a video. He was dancing with his mother. He was kind of cupping the cheeks a little bit, like I don't know. Look, I don't know if y'all saw the video, but if you haven't seen the video, go look at it. Again, I didn't pull it up. I didn't want to play that. I mean, to me, it's kind of disgusting. So I didn't really want to play that on my channel. So, but I did think it was a little disgusting. But the other thing I saw was that somebody sent me I think it was an Instagram post. It was a screenshot of an Instagram post where Kodak Black, he went and co-signed somebody's, I don't know if is related to him or something, but somebody's godfather marrying the goddaughter. And so the guy, he looked rather old. I forgot to pull up the picture, but he looked rather old. So he was maybe middle age or something. And the girl, I think, was like 18 or something. So, I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on. But Simon says, LOL, all right, this is going to be a good live. I might miss it because I got some work to do. This topic is something I've been thinking about lately. Man, I tell you, this world's going to hell in a handbasket. Yeah, I mean, it's a little strange. Now, what I also saw was 21 Jumper, right? Look, be honest, I don't like Vlad or 21 Jumper because I think they're culture vultures. But they had two African American gentlemen on there, and he was saying, it has to do with the culture. That's how they, that's how the culture is in the Caribbean, I believe he said. I mean, listen, culturally, things are a little different, but Miss Nobody says, yes, they are. Some act like their sons are boyfriends. And here's like, okay, so you have the cultural difference, but listen, if it's goofy, I don't care what culture you come from. If it's goofy, it's goofy. Like, there's part of our culture, they like to wear fanny packs and, Crocs in the daytime or slides or something. Kind of weird. I mean, I think you should be prepared for anything. And if, you're walking around with slides, you may not be prepared for certain things. So, I'm just wanting to be prepared. So I think it's a little, it's a little strange, right? So, but again, I was watching 21 Jumper because it came up. I was doing a little research for this for the live, and damn, it's some people's culture, right? To grab your mom's ass, I don't know. But that's what they said. So, they were defending it, saying it's a part of the culture, and then they went on to say like, it was kind of a joke, kind of like, defending, which brings up another question. Like, why is it like when us as African American men, we see other African American men do, fuck shit, that we somehow feel the need to defend it. Like, I mean, I was, previously was going at, Crummy 6ix9ine over there, and you had a lot of people defending him, in every way, shape, and form. When, if you just, if you look at what's going on, I mean, you can see the fraud going, but there was plenty, like, and actually, it wasn't just men; it was also women. Like, I think sometimes African American women defend African American men a little too much. There are some that speak out, but there are others that feel like, they need to, they need to defend them. So, I mean, it's kind of like on both. It's kind of like on both sides of the spectrum. Like, people coddle fuckery. I mean, I for lack of a better way to explain it, um, right. Simon says that gives a new meaning to in-house putty. Right. I mean, and look, I mean, I can't even understand how that could even be a joke, if that was a joke. I mean, them two gentlemen over there, they said it was a joke. I don't know how they could be a joke. Like, I'm not playing with my mama like that. And then after that, it appeared that he tried to kiss her. Okay, you can kiss your mama, right? That's fine. But, while you're dancing and you just grabbed her butt, it's a little weird, dude. But, Kodak Black is a little weird anyway. Like he said, he made some inappropriate statements about Nipsey Hussle's, I think it was fiance or girlfriend or something like that. He made some inappropriate statements about that. And, so he's a little weird. But, whether or not, the mother, like, knew she was on camera or, didn't want to, publicly resist or something because, it made, she made, she may have got some backlash from that, like, mom, why you do that in public and all that. I mean, who knows? But I just think it's a little weird, right? And, and then on top of that, to have people defend it, I don't know what's going on. So the question is, are some of these mother-son relationships going a little too far? And what can we do about it? I mean, sometimes I think that, black men are, in my opinion, becoming a little soft. You look at, yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, I didn't want to put it up, but look, you look at, what's going on. Like, you got, people running around in dresses. You got people running around in purses. They call them different things, but if you wear a strap across your chest with a bag on it, I mean, are you really carrying that much stuff that you need to carry it in a bag or a purse or a satchel or a merce or whatever you want to call it? It's a purse, dude. Like, are you really carrying around that much stuff that you need to do that? Like, listen, I have probably 20 something credit cards. I don't carry an excessive amount of cash, but I mean, for me and what I do, like, a couple $100 is cool. I can fit that in my wallet. I can fit all the credit cards and, a couple $100 in my wallet. What else do you need? I got my cell phones in my pocket. If I have a pen or something, I keep it in my shirt or my pocket or something. I wear shorts that, have extra amount of pockets on them. I make a way. I don't like fanny packs too. I don't wear fanny packs either. Like, I think that's goofy. Like, even when they came out originally, I never wore one. Excuse me. Because, listen, everything that comes out, you should, even if it's popular, look, you shouldn't necessarily tag along. Now, I've encountered other situations as well that kind of borderline, the I word. And here's the thing: I don't want to say, how YouTube get down. So the I word is the word that you would use if a mother and a son would have relations. Now, there was a TV show on TLC called Smothers or Smothers, yeah, Smothered or Smothers or something like that, and it dealt with that same that same subject, like, where mothers are overbearing and stuff like that. I've been in relationships where I had to cut the relationship off because if I was dating someone of maybe a Caucasian or something, and they would say like, this is early, like maybe high school or something like that, and they would say like, I can't tell my mother that I'm dating you or whatever. I'm like, bye. Like, if you can't, like, if your mother is so overpowering or so overbearing where you can't choose who it is that you date, it's, I can kind of see, because you live in other people's household, but are they gonna put you out necessarily? I mean, I can kind of see if you're living in like if you're underage and you're living in somebody's house, because something could be said to the fact that maybe you shouldn't be dating anyway. But when you're a grown man or a grown woman, and you let your mother, right, determine, or for your father for that matter, determine who you date or determine anything in your life, where you can go, what you can do, what you're into, what kind of music to listen to, all that stuff. I mean, whose life you gonna live? You gonna live yours or theirs? What about a fanny pack? Listen, like, fanny packs. I've seen people like switch it up and try to, like, put it across them and stuff. I mean, listen, if you wear a fanny pack, listen, wear the fanny pack. But just keep in mind, Hood Trucker gonna talk about you. I mean, it's not. I mean, listen, fanny packs, yeah, they kind of look goofy, right? But in my opinion, a fanny pack is better than a purse, right? So I seen, listen, some of the best and brightest were something that resembled a purse. Like, I saw, and again, people want to make excuses. Oh, that's a satchel, or that's something, all these different excuses, right? That's a this, and that's a satchel, and that's a, hold on, little thing that fell. That's a satchel. That's a oh, come on, dude. What else they call it? A merce. Listen, just because you put an M in front of purse don't make it not a purse. Just because you call it a satchel doesn't make it not a purse. If the brand of satchel is the same brand of the brand your girlfriend purse got, that's a purse, homie. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. Please correct me if I'm wrong, because it's ridiculous. Like, I saw LeBron James. LeBron James had something to look like a purse. And, you know, it's I don't know. I mean, is it because you get money? Like, does this money make you like do goofy stuff? Yeah, I don't know. Like, I really don't. I really don't know what to say. Like, but what I do know is that you have a lot of people who engage in this type of fuckery, right? And we're gonna call it what it is, fuckery. Uh, they defended, like, again, 21 Jumper had those two gentlemen on there, and you can go because it was just came out last week too. I guess they did a couple of videos about it, and they were defending him. And listen, I've been having to defend myself and my positions against people for the last several months because I went at Comey 6ix9ine, and again, that's what it is. Like, if that's your favorite guy, you're gonna make up stories, you're gonna make up all kinds of stuff to defend them and throw it against the wall and see what sticks. And hopefully, I'm not intelligent enough to dispute anything you say. So I'm like you, too much stuff to carry. I just carry my wallet, keys, and cell phone. Right. If I need any extra, listen, you got a backpack, you put it in, there's a lot of things you can do. But joining us to the party is Marilyn Schatz. How you doing, Marilyn?
Hey, long time no see. I like your new setup.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. People were saying it looked kind of dingy, so, had to make some changes.
Okay, I Googled Kodak Black's ethnicity because, I
Mm-hmm.
just want to make sure he's the son of a Haitian immigrant. But I'm just going to be honest. Like, I've never seen New York City Caribbean men dancing with their mothers like that. I'm sorry. I never did. I don't see boys, sons, like grabbing their mother's ass and then trying to like kiss her and all that bullshit during a dance. That's just me, though. Maybe that is the culture, the Haitian culture. Maybe that's the Haitian culture that does
Well,
that.
I don't know, but apparently the gentleman that was. Have you seen the 21 Jumper interview with those two gentlemen that he had over there trying to defend that, saying it looked like a joke and he doesn't mean it. He didn't really mean it and all that. Did you see
He
that?
meant it. He meant it.
Well, they was over there talking like, it was a
No, I
joke. And
saw the video. Listen, why don't you play the video that you linked, the one from the culture? You could just show them dancing and you could see for yourself. You tell me if that was a joke.
um, he kind of chuckled, but there's certain things you shouldn't joke about. Like, I don't care if it was a joke or not. Like, okay, it kind of looked like he was joking, but there's certain things you don't joke about. You don't joke
Hi, Miss
about grab.
Nobody. Hi,
uh,
Joe. Hi, Simon. Long time no see, everybody. Joe King.
oh, wait till we get to this right here. Right here. I'll throw a small backpack on if I had to, but no purses. Absolutely. Like, that's crazy. And I think
Is anybody Haitian in the chat, or any Haitians that the sons get down like this?
well,
I
we figured out what happened.
What happened?
Kodak Black is cloned.
He's what?
Kodak is cloned. That's why. He's a clone. He's a clone. It's not a real him. Where's Miss M? Right here. Here's Miss M. Just joined the party.
Joe King said, "Heck no, it's very odd."
Yeah. Hey, Marilyn. Getting the shout outs. Mean it or not, you grabbed your mom's butt. It wasn't even by accident. Right. It wasn't even
No,
like
it was that was like what you do with your man on the thing. But even most men don't do that on the public dance floor.
okay, so let me ask you, Marilyn. Let's say if you had a son, Kodak's Black situation, he's a famous rapper. It makes a sizable amount of money, and you're at an event, and it does the same thing. What is your see? Because I thought that his mom's reaction was notable, but if you were in that same position, you were the mother. How would you react?
My son would have done that to me.
let's
They
say
would have
that he
done
did.
that.
Let's say you had a goofy son like Kodak's
I
black.
would have been like, get your hand off. You would have known. What are you doing? Get your hand off my ass. What are you doing? And what are you trying to kiss me on my lips? Are you drunk? What's going on here?
Well, like you'd have publicly done that. Like, would you slap them or what did you do?
You would have seen visible anger. I would have been visibly I would have saw if he was drunk. But even if he was drunk, why me? Where's your woman? Where's your girlfriend?
Would
Where
you
the
have,
groupies?
would you have continued dancing after that?
Of course not.
Yeah. So you can't just blame. I mean, he should bear the brunt of the blame, but I didn't see a notable reaction from the mom. You know what I'm saying? Nope, my son would have did that to me. Yeah, listen. Joking is one thing, but listen.
Listen, I wouldn't even dance with my brothers like that. My brothers, my father, my grandfather, my uncles. Nobody would dance with me like that in public for the whole world to see.
And he's famous, so there's going to be cameras. So Simon Says, what did his mother do when he did that? Nothing. Absolutely
you don't
nothing.
want to show the video? You don't want to show it?
If
you really don't want to show it, it's linked.
Let's see.
Just show pieces. You don't have to show the whole thing. Just show where he's dancing and where he puts his hands on her ass, and then
let me
he's
go get it.
doing stuff.
Yes. Let's see. Yeah, let's pull this up then. We got 55. Okay, hold on. Oh, this is the one I had before. Okay. No, it's 155,000. Okay. Hold on.
He's also from Florida too, so I ain't saying that. Maybe that's how they get down in Florida.
I don't know if that necessarily means anything, but we don't want to disparage Floridians. But
no, I don't. I don't want to disparage Florida audience, but I mean, I'm just saying, I've never heard of that. I've never seen it. Maybe it's something that's a part of the culture and that's always been, but not like that. That doesn't look right.
Okay, so we're gonna share it. Let's go take a look at it.
You don't have to put the volume on it, anything. Just show it very briefly.
Yeah, we'll put the volume. We'll let him hear it.
Jolly and joyful again. That's a good thing. But what also happened earlier today and late last night was that Kodak Black was dancing with his mom to celebrate that not only is he not
okay, let's go. I don't know. We're gonna use this video, but let me see. Can I take the I don't even know if I could take it off. Hold on, let me see.
You can mute the volume.
Yeah, I gotta do it over again. So let's do that. We're gonna shout out this video. I just want his commentary. We're just gonna take the video.
Just shout out who the owner is. Who is it?
The guy is Big Bro. Bro 31. So we're gonna use the video.
Yeah.
So go check him out. Go check him out. Go. You can look at the whole video. We're just gonna take the visual. Okay, so I'm hearing it. Can you guys hear it?
I can't hear anything. Can you guys hear the video?
I can hear the video. Let me see. Let me do this. Do that so I don't hear that too. Okay. Now here we go. There you go. I don't know if this is.
Just go straight to the dancing part if you can.
Oh, he kind of threw me off a little bit with that. Hold on. Shoot. Where'd it go? Okay, over here. Did I pause it? Okay. I'm all over the place over here. We're just trying to find it. Okay, here we go. Oh. Wait, maybe this ain't the right. Is this the right? Maybe this ain't the right one. Well, there's the thing, but he's got. I seen a clip of it. Yeah. Well, that's the gist of it right there. Let me get a better one. Okay, because they're all over the place. Let me get a better one here.
There's one that you linked though.
I know. Maybe
it's today in the culture. That Today in the Culture has it like right in the very beginning. Why don't you play that one?
Yeah, let's do that. Today in the Culture. Can you see that?
It's right in the very beginning. I did look at it for a minute.
Can you see that? Let's see.
Yeah, I can see. Everybody, y'all can see it, right?
Yeah. Okay. So let's do. Where are we at here? My internet is goofy. Okay, can y'all see that?
Yeah.
Oh, I need to take this off. Yeah, that's him dancing, having a good time, looking like it.
There's mommy.
Yeah, and they watch him in the back. He's staring into each other's eyes.
Actually, he's staring in her eyes.
Mm-hmm. And you said he was what? What's the culture?
He's Haitian. Haitian American. He's first generation. He's born to it. His mom is she's Caribbean. She's an immigrant.
And he's Haitian.
Mm-hmm. Haitian American.
Oh.
Y'all see him grabbing that ass?
Oh,
he's smiling.
Come on, dude. Look how he's looking. And you know the camera right there, too. He knows the camera right there. Look how he's looking. Lord Jesus Christ. Huh?
His mother is pretty, Simon.
But she doesn't look like she's enjoying it.
She looks uncomfortable. Look at that.
Yeah,
What's he doing?
Maybe he does. See, he's looking right back at the camera, so you know the camera's there. Look. What is that, dude? And you laughing about it on camera?
I would have stopped. This would not have continued at all.
If she continued to dance. And it went on. I don't know how long the video is.
He's making me uncomfortable.
Right. Is this the one? This the one? Yeah, it goes on for all. We don't need to watch the whole entire dance. So, yeah, we're gonna get out of this. But it's a little weird. It's definitely a little weird. He knows the camera's there, so he knows what he's doing. I mean, how do you explain that?
Well, like you said, people said that's the culture. That's what they do in their culture. But I've never seen anybody do that. I mean, hey. But he's kind of what did he say? Wait, Miss Nobody said what?
A yarded equals Sardis story. I don't know. I don't know what that means. He voted for Trump, just saying, yeah, because he's trying to get a pardon. He's trying to get a pardon. And my comments have froze. It happens from time to time. But yeah, that's weird. That's weird. And
Simon, you saw the video, right? You saw how his mother reacted. She looked like she was like pushing him away or something, but she continued to dance with him after he did that. That just looked weird. It just looked weird.
And whose video was that again? I forgot. Let me shout them out.
It's to the culture. It's
So
it's Today in the Culture. Today in the Culture.
Yeah, go check the whole video out. Yeah, I just wanted a little snippet, but I mean, it went on and on and on after that. So, I don't know what's going on in there. I don't know what's going on. I mean, maybe his mom was trying to be nice. Maybe it's mom was trying to be nice.
But there are mama's boys, though. There are mama's boys that even with wives and stuff, it's like they control their lives.
There was a show on TLC that was called Smothers, and it was smothering mothers, right? And listen, I've experienced in the past where I've dated, certain women, and they said we can't date. This was like in high school, but they said we can't date anymore because they can't find out they're just dating, a black man or something like that, or black boy, or whatever. Um, I've known people that um, have dated like people that they kind of had to be kept a secret because they didn't want their family to find out that they was being dated. Now and it was my friend, and I told him, like, dude, why do you put up with that? Like, why do you put up with somebody just dating you and have to hide you all the time? I don't want to tell you what he said, but she did some special stuff. So I mean, but still, I mean, if you let your mother or even father dictate who you date, it's one thing if if the person is a drug addict or something like that, it's not race based. But if it's purely race based and they don't want you to date someone of another race because they don't want you to have a certain type of child, a mixed race child or whatever, I mean, who are you gonna live your life for? You gonna live your life for your parents, or what? Like, you see that a lot happens in families that have a lot of money, because the person that is the son or the daughter or whatever doesn't want to get cut off from the money, and therefore they basically do whatever their parents want, and they're like in a prison, like they're living the life of their parents instead of living the life of their own accord.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, and I think it's sad. I think
When you're in high school, you can't really fight on those issues because the teenager is at the mercy of the parent. So all you can do is just sneak around if you can. But when you become an adult, like you're in college, you're living your own life. I don't know. It depends. It depends on how strong those family bonds are.
but because the argument can be made that you know you shouldn't be dating before you're 21, before you're 18 anyway. So I mean, at least up until you're 18, you're right. You can't really, if they don't want you dating a certain person, it could be you're living under someone's roof, and you have to abide by those rules. But as soon as you turn 18, and if you're have made the proper preparations, you can move out and do whatever you want. Now, some people are not, like, don't have the wherewithal to do that because they haven't made the necessary, taken the necessary steps to be able to be on their own at 18. So, you're pretty much at the mercy, because, people need, people, if you've been taken care of for 18 years, you probably don't have the skills to be on your own, and therefore you'd be scared, like, what am I going to do if my family doesn't help me, like, so I have to do
But
certain things.
most people don't raise themselves. Most people, their parents, are in their, they're in their lives, and they make sure everything is. They dictate what happens. They're nosy, And then some other kids, it's not like that, and they don't understand that. What do you mean your parents told you no? What? Are you kidding?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah. And
And for someone like that, you're not going to understand the parents who um you're not going to understand the people whose parents control them in that manner.
right. And I think it's kind of, well, a lot of times it's race based, but sometimes it's class based. Like, you don't want your son or your daughter dating someone from across the tracks. Sometimes it's not always race based, but it's financially based. Like, that guy's, he comes from the other side of the tracks. He's just not, what's the future going to be like for you? Is he going to college? That kind of thing. and everybody doesn't value college or wasn't raised like that or something. But that doesn't mean that you should necessarily steer them away from dating them or whatever. You should trust your son or daughter to make the right decisions. And maybe it's just a phase or whatever the case, but you should trust your son or daughter to make the right decision. Doesn't always happen though.
Would you want your daughter to get with a man or a teenage boy that was like you when you were a
Probably not.
teenager?
Probably not. But
See,
but what I'm saying is,
girls don't think like that. They don't. Their decision making is not based on that. It's based on a whole bunch of other things.
right. And listen.
But you, as a father, would be able to see. No,
But here's
you're
the
going to
thing.
be a problem.
Here's the thing. If my daughter was dating someone like me, my daughter has my DNA. I'm a hard-headed dude, so she's probably gonna be hard-headed too. Like I've had conversations with some of my nieces, and listen, are you sure you're making the right choice? What about this? What about that? And it's like goes one ear and out the other. So sometimes you can alert to something like, hey, this are you sure or whatever, and they don't care. So
Hi, BB Cross and Naifa. BB Cross, we're talking about the subject you want to talk about. If you want to jump up here, you can.
yeah, unfortunately, I don't. My comments have frozen up. Let me try to refresh this. If I leave, I'll be right back. If I go away, I'll be right back. But let me try to refresh this thing.
Ah, my show. It's mine. It's all mine. No.
There we go.
Everyone have a good week.
There we go. Let's see. I'm up to date. Let's see. Kwame should have went to college. He's a dummy. I agree. 100%. Okay, now my comments is I think I'm up to date.
You can see you can see them now. Do I sound okay? I want to make sure I sound fine.
Yeah, she sound good. So let's see. Who did I miss? Okay, here goes Naifa. This is called generational incest.
Actually, you saw that video, right? There's another video that Nyla, Nyla, she hangs out with Cynthia G, Naifa. That she speaks on the same situation. And if you watch that video of Kodak Black near the end, and I didn't see this, Kodak Black was talking to his little boy, like his son, and the little boy said, I'm gonna get F tonight. Like F'd. Like, he's gonna get F to this is a baby. This is a kid. Not 14, not 15, not 16. He sounded like he was 12. And Kodak Black responded, "You're gonna what? You're gonna what?" And the kid said it all shy and everything. He says, "Listen here, we don't get effed. We do the effing." And then he proceeded to show what to do with his lower body on camera and in front of his little kids that were in that room.
And how old did the little kids look?
That little boy looked to me like he was 12 or 11. And then I think there was other kids in there. They were laughing and stuff. That's that type of shit. I know that, every family's different. People are raising their kids to be, quote, open and, not to be afraid to talk about stuff. But, you're the parent and there's some kind of innocence level there that should be there. Yeah, if you go to Nyla's video, her last one, don't play it, Trucker. Because it's, as far as I'm concerned, that's just...
No, we'll just direct.
Not cool.
We get the idea. We get the picture. We'll just direct them over there. But Kodak Black is weird. But I think some of it is that he's the breadwinner, right? So I think a lot has to do with that. They don't want to necessarily rub him the wrong way. So I think a lot of that happens even behind the scenes. Because if it's happening above board, you can only imagine what happens below board. Not necessarily he's grabbing, doing anything with his mom, but he's probably doing all kinds of crazy shit that nobody wants to say anything about because they'll cut him off or something.
That would, I mean, if I saw him do that, if I was like, I wouldn't get with him anyway, but I'm just saying, if I saw a man do what he did with his little boy, that would just turn me off. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You what are you doing? It's like that just never should have happened. And it's like, where was the mom? Where was his mother? Where was the mother of those children?
Right. Right. Go ahead.
Did you read BB Cross? She goes, I know a lady who says that her young son is the age where he's interested in girls and wants a girlfriend. And she told him, no, I'm your girlfriend. Just sick. Ew.
Where you know them personally. There was a scene in that show that I was talking about on TLC called Smothers. Go check it out. Where they kind of said something similar because Lil Wayne said that about Baby. Remember that interview they did on that show on BET where it had the girl and it had the dude with the dreads. I can't remember the name of the show. Free and somebody else. Remember that show?
I remember Free, and I forgot the other dude's name. I forgot his name. I know who Free is.
Yeah, and he went on. He went on to the which one was Free? The girl
with the afro, right? She had the afro at the time.
Was it afro?
Well, how far are we going back? Free used to be on 21 in Park, I think. If it was 31 in Park, something in Park.
Yeah, so
BET. She was on BET.
Yeah. Look what Joe say. Joe said these kids ain't cold in Detroit. It was Free and AJ. There you go. Well,
yes.
Yeah.
Free and AJ.
Yeah, what'd you say? 36 in Park? It's 106.
106 in Park. That show was so long ago. Don't be mad at me. But I remember Free because she had a beautiful afro.
Wait. Aren't you from New York?
I do. She had a beautiful afro. I remember her due to her afro.
No. Aren't you from New York?
New York City? You talking about me?
Did you say 106 in Park or 106 in Park?
106.
Oh, well, they used to say 106. But listen,
I say 106. There's
somebody sent me this, right? And it's too complicated to pull it up. But let me put it on camera, right? This is can you see that? Let me take this thing off here.
Oh yeah, that's what that girl. That's the girl who married. She's 18. She married her godfather. He's 40 something years old. He's 44 or 46.
Do you read what he said?
Yeah, he said the same thing happened with his father. He just left the family for a young girl.
Yeah, but he ain't judging nobody and teach his own. Huh? What? What's going on over there? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, your dad, or he said the same thing. So okay. So he said the same thing happened to him, right? So are we to assume that his dad left for a younger woman? Is that safe to assume? Number one. Number two, what's going on with all the? You said he was how old? 40 something.
Tommy did a show on him. They had got married. She was in the car. She was the girl was like cursing everybody out, saying how she's been with him since she was, I think, 16. This is her godfather. And her mother had sex with this dude in 2017 or 2015 because her mother did a live exposing him. She was in jail. She was on drugs. She sold drugs. She came out. Now she's gay. Now she's gay. And she calls herself a witch.
But you don't know. I mean, like, like, shouldn't you know who you're giving godfathership to?
Wait, BB Cross, is he in his 40s or his 60s?
She said they actually said the man was 61, married an 18-year-old. That's a little excessive. I see,
That looks a bit weird. I mean, I'm sorry, that's just a bit too old.
Yeah.
There are cultures that do that, but that's not really American culture. Not today, not in 2021.
No. And that's like, think about it. If you're 18, I think about if I was an 18-year-old man, would I marry a 61-year-old woman? No, absolutely not. No.
That's severe mommy issues. Real severe mommy. Grandma issues. Grandma issues.
He looks every bit of it very unattractive. He might have, why would you do that? Money? Why, if you were 18, why would you marry a 61-year-old man?
Yes, he was her godfather, Miss Nobody. He was her godfather. There was a picture. He's known her since she was a baby. That looks weird. It looks like you were plotting on her. Like as soon as you saw her, it just looks weird.
Absolutely, but again, shouldn't a mother know a little bit more than
this mother? This mother's a different type of mom. Unfortunately for her, she was on drugs. She was also in jail. That's not the only kid that she has. She has mental issues.
Okay, would you ever name your child to be the godfather of someone that you dated before?
I don't.
And if you didn't date, that's even worse. Because if there's some guy you were just with a couple of times, then that's even worse. But I mean, would you make someone you used to date the godfather of your child? Or let me ask you a different question. Could you understand somebody that did do that? Is that you know what I'm saying? Like, do you know where they're coming from with that? I don't see no way, shape, or form why anybody would like for example, if I dated a woman and I had a child, would I make the child or make the person I used to date the godmother of my child? Absolutely not. I'm not doing that because. I mean, I don't know if you don't like me, you're gonna take it out on my child, or something happens to me. Now I'm subjecting my child to all this torment because they didn't like me. And
you're very astute on that. I wouldn't do that. I would not make. I wouldn't do it either. But you can't. I don't know. People. How about you guys in the chat? Would you do it? Simon says no. Miss Nobody says Godfather. All those exclamation points.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I said, my cousin Joe and Kat are my son's godmother and father. How do you have someone you dated be the godparents? That's crazy. Like
my cousins. Okay, those are her cousins. See, that's family. So cousins are my son's godmother and father. How do you have someone you dated be the godparent? And it is weird. It's really a hard thing to do because something's going to be off about it.
And that's the mother's decision. That's the mother's decision. Who else going to make that decision other than the mother? So, and why this guy? Why this guy? So, it's just. I mean, so does anybody know what the mother did when she found out they got married? What was the mother's reaction?
Oh, she was upset. You have to watch Tom. No, don't watch Tommy's video. I don't know which video it's on. He did a live about it.
Yeah.
And he took it off, so you'd have to get it through the paywall. But she
probably because he got restricted or something. Because he's gonna go way more in depth than we're gonna go over here, but
no, the mom, she was up. She said, I didn't go to that. She said, I didn't go to that shit. And, she doesn't approve of it. But that relationship she had with her daughter was very abusive anyway. So the little girl said she left when she was 16. She's 18 now, so she's not she's an adult, but she's not old enough to drink. I mean, but she's very proud of her relationship. She loves her husband. It's like she has her own car. She said, I got a driver's license. She was so funny when she said that. I got a driver's license. Y'all can't even drive. Y'all can't even get a driver's license. She's talking about her peer group,
Right. And she got an 18-year-old mind. So, yeah. So, I don't remember being said it was a godfather just now. Yeah. I never heard that story. Somebody just sent me that today. I was talking to about what we're going to have to show about.
On the live that Tommy did yesterday, he had a picture of her, that girl, with him. She was 2 years old. She was a toddler. He was holding her. She was a baby. And it was titled, 18-year-old, 61-year-old man marries his goddaughter.
I mean, you most definitely ain't going to no family functions. Hell no.
But he has to. But what about his family? He also has family. I'm quite sure she's not his. Oh, like he has a child. He has children somewhere.
At 61, I mean, it's probably a good likelihood. But where are you gonna take someone that you married and everybody you all over the internet, and not only you 61 and she 18, but that was your goddaughter. And you married her. Like where are you gonna be able to go? Where are you gonna find somebody gonna just accept all of that? You ain't coming to my barbecue. You're not gonna come to my barbecue. Oh, all that mess.
Well, the thing about it is, you've seen this little girl. You watched this little girl grow up from the time she used to wear Pampers and stuff like that. You've seen her since she grew up. You watched her grow up, not know how to talk, not know how to eat, and just learn to do stuff. And then you marry her.
Yeah, because you had to be there like from the beginning, because you're not 10 years old and all of a sudden you're the godfather. That happens early on. So you definitely was there for a long time.
BB Cross, yep, he does. He looks like he's an old dope dude. I mean, what else could he be? Or he could just be what do you call them? Tricks, right? I'm trying to get I want to get it all. I want to get the right term. Yeah. Well, he looks like he was probably a trick, because the mother said in her video that in either 2015 or 2017 that she had sex with him. She knew she needed some money, and she said, that's why I fucked your fat ass and all this other bullshit, because you were good for the money. That's what she said in that video.
Yeah. It probably a trick turned sugar daddy.
That married her daughter, who's now the husband. He's still a trick and a sugar daddy.
Wow, that's crazy. But
she loves him. She doesn't. She married him of her own accord. She's fine.
But he probably was grooming her from her early age. If he's been around all that time, I just don't get that. Like,
well, she was pregnant. She said she left home. She was pregnant at 16. Her foster mom is white. She was in foster care. She's close with her. She was around her white foster mom or stepmother, whoever that was. Whoever it was, she seems to like her. She's very, very close with the family, with her. So she was raised in foster care for a bit. So at 16, she left home. She worked 2 jobs.
You see what Baby Cross did say? Yeah, the mom said she got $150 on a cell phone.
Is that what she said? She said she got $150 on a cell. I thought she got some real money out of him.
Maybe that was real money to her. The $150 on the cell phone. Was that? What did you hear that she got? I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I'm just saying, like, damn.
I wasn't really paying attention to her because I was on the phone with somebody.
And why would you name the person that paid you for sex the godfather of your child?
This was like when baby was young. I guess she wanted, I don't know. It could be some psychological thing to make it seem like she really cared about him and she trusted him, and that they would probably be, I don't know. They'd probably be together for a while. I have no idea. You have to ask that And that's not
godfather.
her only child either. I think she got like 4 or 5.
But see, godfather or godmother is not a binding like thing. So, you know, you can't take that to court and say, "Oh, I'm the godfather," and nothing like that. You know, that's, you know what I'm saying? Like she could have said, you know, okay, I take your godfathership back or something. I don't know, but I don't think it's not a legal thing though.
People don't like do the ceremonies like in the Catholic religion. When somebody, if I make you godfather to my kid, right, and I'm not just saying you're the godfather. Can you know all that stuff? We have to go through a ceremony with the priest and do the little baptismal thing, and you're gonna be at the baptism and all that stuff with the water. I don't know how the other religions do it. Like I don't know the other religions how they do it. I'm Catholic, so that's how it's done in the religion that I was raised in. There's a ritual that goes with that.
I don't think a lot of people take it that seriously. I think it's just a matter of, you know, here's the title and run with it. So, because I'm gonna tell you like this, my godmother didn't do shit for me.
Mine didn't either. Mine didn't either.
I didn't even know I had godmother until I was like 20.
No, I saw my godmother up until I was a little girl. I haven't seen her since I was a little girl. I don't know what happened, but people just lose touch.
Yeah, and again, I think it's just I think it's just a gesture. Like, so I think, maybe some cultures take it more seriously than others, but I think that, it's just, I appreciate your friendship or something. And by the way, if I ever die, take care of my son, but that didn't happen.
BB Cross said,
go ahead.
BB Cross said when my oldest was in college, and old nasty sugar daddies when my oldest was in college and old nasty sugar daddies approached her saying what they could give her, she would say, "Oh, my mama got me. My mama got that. My mama will buy me that.
Mm-hmm.
Mommy got me. Thanks though."
Yeah. Thanks, but no thanks.
Right, Joe? When you do you're Catholic, so when you do the like godmother, godfather thing, I mean, you're supposed to do it like with a church and everything. Yeah, you could just ask it and do it informally too, but it's just, I don't know. It just seems more official when it's done like, ritualistic with a ritual.
Yeah. Being a godparent isn't what most people think it is. It's not who you want to take over if something happens to you. All it is you choose people who continue to give the child a Catholic upbringing.
No, it's supposed to be something. It's really, those are the foster parents. The godparents are supposed to be like like the real foster parents, not the ones that the state makes you have. They really were supposed to look out. They don't do it anymore, but they used to. If something happened to the parents, then the godparents got you. It used to be. It's not like that anymore.
I just think that it's. I don't think it's taken seriously as maybe a lot of people take it. I think it's get extra presents at Christmas or something. I don't know, but it's a whole process in the Catholic Church. Yeah.
But didn't you say that your niece asked you to be the godfather?
Yes,
to her
and
son?
I'm probably not the person to ask because I'm so irresponsible. That's why I don't have any kids. Now I'm 50 years old, no kids. So,
but for her to do that, you keep
hey,
saying
brown skin lady.
Hey, brown skin lady. For you to say that though, in her mind and in her life,
Mm-hmm.
you made an impression on her. She can't think of anybody else who would be a great godfather to her son. So you may think you're irresponsible. You may think you're not the right person, but for her, you're the perfect person. You're the person that she respects the most out of everybody.
But see, here's the thing. It's because, like,
Because you're fair.
right. But you know, I love all my nieces and nephews. I do a lot for them a lot of times. I'm always teasing them and playing with them and beating them up and stuff like that. So like I'm because I'm a big kid myself, and you know, but I don't see them every day. Like I come visit and that's it, and I leave. So I mean, you know, look, I listen. Shout out to all the parents because y'all do that stuff every day, and I can't imagine what that would be like. Because I go to my sister's house. My sister babysits a lot. I go to my sister's, and you know, she's usually babysitting, and it's a madhouse over there a lot of times. So, I don't know how y'all do
Brief brown skin lady on what we talked about so far.
Let's see. Let's see. HoodTrucker's gonna make a great dad. Maybe one day. Yes, it would be good. Okay, thank you, appreciate it. So what what we're talking about is the situation with Kodak Black was dancing with his mother, grabbed her behind, and tried to kiss her on the lips.
Hey, brown skin lady, did you watch Tommy's live where he was talking about the that 18-year-old girl? She was married to that 61-year her godfather, that 61-year-old dude, and she was screaming at everybody on the live saying to mind your fucking business. You know, I'm happy. You know, I'm happy. Did you see that live, brown skin girl? Brown skin. I'm calling you brown skin girl. Fuck that. Brown skin girl. You a girl anyway.
BB Cross said, I'm going to have 10 kids by the age 60. One
with
per
the
year.
same woman?
Oh, that's a lot. Can you do that? Would you be able to have 10 straight kids 1 year? Is that
Back
possible?
in the day, they used to. Hey, look, that. No, I'm not going to mention her. Forget it. Yes, I heard about both stories, but Kodak Black. Did you see his post? Show her the post. That Kodak Black made about the young girl and being, you know, and that old man. Now, didn't Tommy say that the dude was 61 years old, right? I thought he was in his 40s. Let
me take this down quick. Can you see that? And that's him. That's Kodak Black. He co-signed. I don't know if he co-signed, but
read it to her. Read the caption.
It says, Kodak Black shaking my head. Daddy did this same shit, looks like. Left us to start another family with his goddaughter. I was about 9. But I ain't judging nobody though. To each his own. Is he saying that was his dad?
No, that's not his father, but it happened. His father left his mother to be with his goddaughter.
Wow. Is that a thing then? He's saying that he said my daddy did the same shit. I left us to start another family with his goddaughter. I was about 9. He's saying it happened to him too. His dad left him to start a family with his goddaughter too. So he's saying it happened to him too. Same exact thing. Wow. Yeah. That's crazy. That's a thing. That's a thing. Are they all like so would it be fair to say that he's probably Haitian, like Kodak's Black is probably a Haitian too? Haitian American or something? And like Caribbean or something? Because they the two dudes
I was reading his history. His mom is from Haiti. She was, but she lives here. You know, she's probably a citizen by now. I mean, this was like a long time ago. His mom is a Haitian immigrant, probably a citizen now, but he's here. He's an American. He's born here. So he's Haitian American. And the people were saying, oh, well, that's the culture of Islanders. But no. Well, I have never seen that. And New York is full of Islanders. I would say it's half island West Indians, and then maybe there are some Black Americans still left, and they didn't move like down south into the West Coast. But I mean, there's a lot of West Indians here, so I've never. You don't see them dancing with their daughters like that, or the opposite with their sons touching their ass. I can't even imagine that.
Yeah, it's crazy. But so what's going on? Because I've been hearing a lot about FBG Duck's mom. Like, what's going on? What's going on with that? I mean, it's part of the topic, moms and sons. And
She's
stuff,
the one. She had 10 kids. She had a child every year from the age of 15.
Mm-hmm. And why is she in the news? Or why is she all over the? Why is Tommy talking about it? Because I didn't.
She was beefing with his. Okay, she had a problem with Hassan Campbell. Hassan, I don't know what Hassan said. I think he said that if like she wasn't a good mom.
Right.
Brown skin lady ain't got no. She ain't got no. Look at her. She's laughing.
No
look
sympathy.
at him.
No sympathy whatsoever. No sympathy.
No. Hassan Campbell said that if because she lost 5 kids, right? I mean, she got 10 kids, and like 5 of them died, and I think 1 died in utero. She was having twins, and she said that she heard gunshots. And she threw herself down over her other kids in a park somewhere so that they wouldn't get hurt. And when she did that, one of her children died, right? Another child that she had was a baby that was already born. And that baby died because she rolled over on that baby. And so she smothered it. That's the baby. And then this third baby, the third child died. She set herself on fire. She was the only one that died. She was a 4-year-old that set herself on fire, or it was said that it was like an older nephew that had, nobody knows what happened except the little girl, she died. She got, unfortunately, she burned in a fire, and then her 2 sons who were tragically murdered. So that's 5 kids. This woman has a lot of she has a lot of trauma. Now, she's somebody that I think has a lot of trauma. I can't really call, and people, she has a lot of trauma. You can hear it in her voice. You can see it in her face. There's pain there, and that's what I think when I look at her, and I think she should be cut a little bit of slack.
Well, how do you know how old the child was that they got set themselves on fire, and with the
4 years old, 4.
And what scenario with that? Like, how did she set herself on fire? Was it a heater? Was it a?
I don't know. She set her. The questions. Okay, Tommy said that she set herself on fire with a lighter. She had, the little girl had a little lighters. I can't even light. Those things are hard to light, but she was able to do it. But then somebody corrected Tommy in the comments and said, no, the lady said, okay, the story changed again and said it wasn't the little girl who had the lighter. It was like an older child that had it. And then the fire got started. And then next thing you know, she was trapped in the home and she couldn't get out.
So they're playing. So they're probably unattended.
I don't know. She wrote a book about it. The only way you would get the information, she did try to explain it. I don't believe she murdered her children. I mean, people are trying to say the way it's being said, and I'm not saying Tommy's saying that, but the way it's being said is that it was done, like at least the first 3 were done on purpose, because the other 2 were definitely a murder. Those were criminal. That was a crime. Her sons were murdered by other people. And I don't know. She just sounds. I believe that she sounds really hurt.
And kids can get into stuff, and sometimes if you're not watching them, and sometimes even if you watch them, like I go over to my sister's house, and you can't watch them 24 hours a day. You can't watch them all the time, and they be getting in stuff, and most of the time it's like They tip over the sugar or the power or the flour or something like that, something goofy. But kids can get into stuff and they can be dangerous.
Naifa, you're right. Hassan didn't. Well, he kind of. Well, he didn't say anything about her. He just said that if he came out of jail and 5 of his children were dead, that he would like shoot the mom. That's what he said. But he didn't. But she made it seem like he threatened her. He didn't say he would shoot her. He said that he would shoot the mother of his kids.
Yeah, which probably shouldn't say that either. Because listen, you a man. I mean, I don't respect anybody, any man that would say they would shoot a woman. I don't respect that at all. Because I mean, look, why would you like? That's like what was that dude that shot that girl in the foot? What was his name?
I don't remember his name. It was Meg Thee Stallion. He shot Meg Thee Stallion. What's that dude? I forgot his name too. Y'all
Trey
know?
Songz?
Y'all remember his name?
Was it Trey Songz?
No.
It wasn't Trey Songz. Was it a singer? Was he a rapper?
It was some little short little midget dude.
That's what's his name, midget.
Tory Lanez.
Little people.
Tory Lanez.
Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez. Let me see. So it's safe to say you don't listen to Tory Lanez music. Just thought it was okay to sleep with her son's enemies. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, man.
Yeah, see that's why you know how when people are coming for her and everything, like the way they're doing. That's why I said she needs to talk to people. She needs to see a mental health counselor, because I heard that, and that guy was laughing at her. I mean, he was laughing. He didn't put it out there. And,
what guy was laughing?
It's like he knew that he knew he was taking advantage of a mentally vulnerable person. He knew that. It's not funny.
The old man?
He was young. It was like his friends. It was like the guys who didn't like him, right? It was enemies of his.
Oh, okay.
Enemies of her son.
Oh, you talking about okay, got you.
Sorry, I'm talking about somebody named Duck, whatever is not the son's name, the one that was killed. Mm-hmm. Yeah, FBG Duck. Yeah.
They made a song about how he killed him or something. Is that what they did?
Yeah, Joe, right? Joe King. That was the crazy part. She's definitely dealing with a lot of pain, dysfunction. You hear it in her lives. She seems like a nice person. She really does. But I mean but there's something that happened in her background. Something happened to her. Something happened.
And some dude recorded the conversation?
Yeah, the dude that she was offering, her body to.
First of all, who would take that? Secondly, why are you recording that? That's what I'm saying. Like, these dudes is way different than my era, because like you talking about shooting women, like that dude Tory Lanez, you shoot that girl in the foot. Like, why do you need a gun to shoot at a woman? Did you think she was gonna whoop your ass or something? That's the only reason why I think you would have a gun on a woman.
And he was her boyfriend, I think. Wasn't he her boyfriend?
I don't know what's going on. FBG made a song about his dead enemies, and now he's dead. Yeah, I mean, that's what they do. I seen a thing. He's from Chicago, right? He's from Chicago? Tommy said his mom has stopped this violence. He's 61. I seen a thing where there was a vigil. Somebody got killed, and then they did a vigil for the guy that got killed, and his enemies went over and kicked over the candles and all that. That's what they do. It's just super high power disrespect. You see the guy like in LA that he went over there and sprayed a bunch of stuff over the Nipsey Hussle mural, and his friend got caught up in that, and whether or not it was that specific thing, because he had some other issues as well, like with some gang stuff. But I mean, listen, you get to pissing people off, and it may say, okay, well, you did that. We had you on this already. Like we didn't like you for that, but you did that, and that pushed it over the edge. So, it's crazy.
Cali niggas, y'all Cali and Chicago niggas, y'all.
No, listen, we ain't kicking over nobody's candles at the vigil. Get out. you
Oh
Meg,
yeah, okay,
you're done.
all right, okay. You're not as hard as the Chicago ones. Then you're not heartless like the Chicago ones. You got a little bit of respect somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, you don't have to do all that. That's ridiculous. She's a giant. Look, you'd Meg too. She's a giant.
No, that was his woman. That was his girlfriend. Come on.
But he said, why would you pull out a gun? He must have felt a little intimidated. That's the only reason why I think you would pull out a gun on someone, especially a woman.
BB Cross, what do you mean? Hassan says these people. He's on demon time. I can't listen to Hassan Campbell. I can't listen to him. But what did he mean? People are on demon time. Is he talking about, who's he talking about? People of Chicago, like the Chicago area, or what?
I mean, they do some sinister stuff. I will say that. They rap about the dead homies, and they rap about a lot of stuff they probably should to stay away from, but that's the culture, and it's clout chasing. They rapping, so they trying to get that's the quickest way to get clout. You get to doing the most outrage, get more outrageous and more outrageous. Like look at Charleston White. Like he says whatever comes top of his head now.
Is he from Chicago?
No, he's from Texas, but it's the same format. It's the same, it's the same play. Get as outrageous as possible. Get as many eyeballs on you as possible, and hope that you can get some of those eyeballs to subscribe to you and follow you. And now you've built a fan base, and you can make money from that. So because now he's charging for interviews and all kinds of stuff. So I saw a rapper Tinkle on another rap was great. Tinkle.
You from Chicago? You from Chicago?
No, but you know how long that's been since I heard that word tinkle? You know how long that's been? That's an old school word right there.
Naif is trying to sound, she's trying to keep it respectful in the chat.
I know. Tinkle. I want to see the man or men who got Mama Duck pregnant. They probably. Wow. They are influenced by demonic
She said that all of her, well, at least the 5 that she talked about in her live before Tommy cut it off, every child that she had from like each year that she got pregnant, it was a different father. And I'm like, I know people got a problem with abortion and birth control. Birth control's been around for a long, long, long time.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Women have time to get their birth methods correct.
Ain't nobody got time.
The IUD works. Norplant works. A lot of stuff works.
NC, I believe that NC she's a big woman. What's NC?
Who y'all talking about? Mama Duck or Megan Thee Stallion?
I think Megan Thee Stallion. Oh, that was Megan Thee Stallion? Did you know that Megan Thee Stallion has a hot sauce at Popeyes?
No. No.
I seen it today. I had to go get one of the chicken sandwiches, and I went in there, and I could have got a chicken sandwich with Megan Thee Stallion hot sauce.
Was it good?
I don't like spicy, so I don't know. I don't even get spicy chicken. I just get regular. Do y'all think that government should limit the number of babies for a woman receiving government assistance? I thought they already did.
You can't limit it. No, forceful. You mean to force birth control on somebody? That's illegal. You can't do that. You can't force birth control on somebody.
I thought they already did. I thought they only paid for a certain amount. Like if you have 3 they only pay for 3. If you have a 4th, you get the same money. I thought it was like that. Is it not like that?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think it. I think that.
Everybody I know, they don't have multiple children like that. It's like they got 1 or 2. That's it. Nobody has 3. Not this 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nobody does. Nobody has that. They can't afford it.
If you get a check and you ain't got nothing to do, what else you gonna do? Tommy's
When
in
you
the
get
house.
stuff, when you get stuff from the government, you get money from the government. It comes with what do you call that? What's that word?
Uh,
If you give me money, right? It comes with attachments. What's the word? It's a different word.
yeah, I know what you're saying. I forgot.
Stipulations. It comes with stipulations. I got to
Yeah.
do what you want in order to keep my money together.
You got some stipulations. They did it in NYC. After a certain number, they will pay. Yeah. I think that's in California too. After a certain amount of kids, they're not gonna pay. They're not gonna pay. I don't know. You might be right. I'm kind of right sometimes. It's not forcing birth control. It's limiting mother. Yes, I think that's. I think that's caught on. You're not just gonna keep racking up checks. I mean, they mandate for everything. Let's see. Nobody limit the money. Mr. Nobody limit the money. Yes, they do. Let's see, SB across. Yes. Because I heard that. I heard that, if you get the same check, I don't know what the number is. I know in California, they limit your checks and all that. After a certain, like you could, the more kids you have, it's just the same amount of money. So
do they have workfare in California in where you're from, like your city? What is it? What do y'all do? Y'all don't. I mean, literally, what do you do? You don't have a subway. You can't like get on a bus and stuff like that. You got to be in a car. So, what are you cleaning up? What do they have y'all do for workfare?
Well,
Not you, but welfare. Like people on welfare who get money from the government. They make them work now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they do. I don't know what. I've never. I don't know anybody that's gone through. I know they have it, but I don't know anybody personally that's gone through that where they've had children and they make them, go to work. And I don't know. I don't know what the intricacies of all that is, but I do know that they somehow are making a lot of those welfare recipients go back to work. I do know that. So who pays for the delivery of the babies over the limit? You got to work that out. I mean, listen, I'm of the opinion that the father should be paying for that. Like, why are you? I mean, is there no consequence for not vetting who you are laying down with and who you are having children with? Is there no consequence for that? The WEP program, cleaning up parks for some office work. Ooh, that's got to be fun. Go clean up the parks, and you got children. Wow, to get your check, crazy. I don't think that they had to participate if they had a young child. So if they have it until age 55, you got the news in the background. So they keep having till age 55. Yeah, but at some point, something gonna run out. Either the number of kids gonna run out, or you're gonna hit 55. Before you'll hit 55 first. So, yeah, I don't think it's. They made it so it's not profitable to have kids like it used to be because they're cutting that thing off. Medicaid will pay for delivering the babies because they're still inside the mom. So that might be the case, but they ain't paying. They're not kicking out no more checks after a certain amount of kids. That's what they're not doing. So
how do you guys like Trucker's new background, his new setup?
Yeah, let me break this down.
It's nice, right?
It's It is better than gray. It is better than gray.
Yeah, you look alive. You look better. Like it looks more alive and professional. Look at Joe King. He got the thumbs up with the lights. It looks nice.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, we had to make a little change. But but here's the thing. The next live, it may not look like this. It may look like something else because it's hard to duplicate this on a regular basis. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I'm wrapped up in wires right now. I wish you could see. Yeah, it's electronics going everywhere. They got lights.
Whatever you do is just as long as it has color, you'll be fine.
It was I said better. Awesome, thank you. But yeah, I mean, you know, you got these bright lights and it's hot. I'm sweating in here. If it wasn't,
they're not LED lights. I thought you had LEDs. You're not supposed to sweat in LEDs.
No, these are regular lights. And if it wasn't 19 degrees outside, I'd probably be sweating. But this orange right here looks like it's on fire, huh? Did you guys think it was on fire? Or did you guys want to call in and say, "Hey, you're on fire"?
It does look like, yeah, it does a little. It does look a little like that, but it balances out the blue. It balances out all the colors, though. It looks good.
Yeah. So let's hope we can replicate this again, though. Let's see, 19. What's that? What's 19?
I don't know. Go back and look at the other earlier stuff. Miss Nobody, what do you
Yeah, I don't know 19. But so what do you think? What's your opinion? Are some mother-son relationships going too far?
Oh, yeah. I mean, that would weird me out. If I saw my boyfriend like hugging his mother's ass and shit and doing all that bullshit, that would weird me out.
You said it was 19 degrees out where you are. Oh. I'm in Arizona. It's not exactly 19, but if you go outside, it kind of feels like 19. It's probably like, I don't know, 40 maybe.
Because you're probably wearing shorts. Yeah, you live in shorts. It's going to get cold soon. It should be cold where you are soon.
Yeah. Winston Lord, welcome. Hood Trucker, do you realize that you hurt the infants when you cut welfare checks after a certain amount of kids? Why punish the infants?
Yeah, I agree. I agree. The babies didn't ask for this.
Right. But then,
I agree, Winston.
40 is kind of bad when you're in shorts and a t-shirt. I promise you, it's pretty bad. But no, I mean, but I can see where they were coming from. Like, I mean, you have to somehow disincentivize having more and more children, because why are you having more children if you can't pay for the ones that you have? If you're on assistance already, why are you having more? So I get where the politicians are trying to disincentivize it. When you give politicians the power to do certain things and try to make changes, they don't necessarily do it the right way. They don't necessarily, do it in favor or they don't. It may not be the right way, but I mean, what else can you do to disincentivize? Hey, we don't want to pay for your children. Like, what do you do? Yeah, it hurts the kids, but I mean, what do you do in that scenario? Like, you have to disincentivize that, because we're not going to let you have 20 children get 20 checks. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
If this country can give $5 billion to Afghan refugees to live a nice life, they want to, set them up in business and have them live in nice houses, not in the ghetto with everybody else. Then you got that. Then you can afford to give money to your American citizens who need it. This country isn't broke. It's not broke.
Yeah, because they can just print more money. Winston says tubal ligation, but I mean, you have to.
And vasectomies too. Yeah, they got those. Those are easier to get. They're cheaper. They cost about a couple of $100.
Here's the thing, though. You can't force nobody to do that, though. You can't force nobody to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have to be willing participant. You can't make nobody do that. That's wrong. I don't believe that at all. Like, you gonna do that if you want to disincentivize it, okay, you know, cutting off the money is a whole lot less than making somebody get a tubal ligation or a vasectomy. But you know, that's out of the question. Like, you can't do that. You can't make nobody do that. So I did hear, like, in some states, and I think it was California, if I'm not mistaken.
It's always your state. Always. Whatever it is, it's your state.
Yeah, because I've only been getting out of the state for the last 10 years. But I thought that they had a program where if you wanted your check or something, that you had to get on some type of birth control. I do remember something like that. I'm not sure if it was a requirement or something like that, but I did hear
I heard about that too. That came out of California. Yeah, I don't know what happened with it though.
Yeah, I don't know if they stopped it or not, but I do remember something like that. But see, that's probably ACLU getting at them, because you can't do that. You can't make nobody do nothing like that. You can't. Like, it's like, you know, in certain states you had to vote out the fact that you could have an abortion and stuff like that. So you know, and that's a willing participant. So and they had to vote that out. So to say that, you know, tubal ligation, but I mean, how do you I mean, you'd have to somehow incentivize that, like say, hey, we'll give you X amount of dollars to have this procedure done. Now, I don't even know if that's even legal, you know, to pay somebody to do that. I don't know if ACL have a problem with that. But what you can't do is you can't stop the government from not giving you money. Like, you know, especially if they're giving you some money, they're just making it so that they're not giving you more.
Well, you know, it's funny because I always wondered, okay, all right, like you got 3 kids. Okay, you came on when you came and you got the money, you were on the system, you had 3 kids, right? So they gave you a certain amount of money for those kids. I don't know what the cutoff for children are, but like say just like doing things, let's just say that 4th kid is like, oh, you know, since you got pregnant while you're on the system, you're broke or whatever, you ain't getting no money. You're just gonna get the same amount of money, and you're just gonna have to like share it with all these kids. And in my mind, I'm like, but what if she can't do that? What if she doesn't? What if she can't make it work? Then what happens? Then what are you going to do? Are you going to take her children away from her? Are you going to punish her for that? You know, or are you going to force this woman to give up her baby for adoption?
But okay, so go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done. Okay.
So if like, so what is the answer though? Like, you got to do something. You know, I mean, look, because look, if you got 3 kids and you know that, okay, we not finna pay for no more, and you have another one, why are you having more? You can't afford the ones you got. Like, why?
Okay, I understand that. So she can't afford the ones she already has, but she has enough money, and then, you know, they just give you enough and barely enough for the kids that you do have, those 3 children. So if she has a 4th one, she's gonna get WIC. That's just WIC is a given. That's not with the state. So she's gonna always have milk and cereal and all that stuff for the child. But then that child's gonna grow up. So I don't know if there's a clothing allowance or anything like that. That little baby needs clothes and everything. But I'm also like, where's the father? Like, where's the father needs to be involved as well. I do agree. I understand the government's mindset on that issue, but he's not there. That baby still needs something.
But it takes 2 to tango. Where's
no
the
they
mother?
need to, but the mother, a lot of mothers say they got raped. Did you know that? A lot of them say they got raped, and these
different.
And they have these rape babies.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the ones that are willing. But let's look at what Winston said.
I don't believe all those women were raped.
Hood trucker cutting off the money to the infants is Pennywise, a pound of folklish. I think it's flesh. Now these kids grow up in extreme poverty, lead to crime. Absolutely, but we can't. Listen, the mother knows better than anybody what they can survive on. And if you go on and have another one, and the politicians have said, we not giving you no more money, what do? The mother knows what they can afford and what they can't afford. If you go out and had another child, like you have to hold the woman responsible. Listen, we told you ahead of time. We not giving you no more money, and you have another one anyway. What are you supposed to do? So politicians can cut payments, will end up paying more in prison. Yeah, but okay. Yes, what does Cynthia G calls them dudes? what's the term again?
Trash bags, dusties.
Trash bag bandits or something like that.
Yeah.
A dude
say it again. Say it the way she says it. This is another trash bag bandit. Yeah, say it.
Trash bag bandit. So you get a trash bag bandit who impregnates a woman that's already on welfare. Now, whether or not he knows the intricacies of whether or not she's gonna get any more money or not, it shouldn't matter, because if you have another, let's say that the first 2 or 3 is not yours, and you have one, if whether or not you know that you'll get more money, or she's gonna get more money from him, you should be there supporting your child anyway. Or you're gonna be a what? What did she call us? What did she say again? What's the term again?
A trash bag bandit.
Or you're gonna be a trash bag bandit. But listen, you got listen. The parent, listen. You're an adult, and somebody tell you, look, don't do this, and you do it anyway. What are you supposed to do? Yeah, there's a third party, like the baby, involved, and what are you supposed to do? What are you supposed to do? Listen, I told you, lady, if you have another child, we're not going to give you any money. Are you not okay? So now you want to say that the politicians. Listen, the politicians, you gotta, I understand where they're coming from. You got to cut that. You got to somehow curb that stuff. Yeah, we got plenty of money, but don't nobody want to keep spending. Don't nobody. Look at. I pay taxes. I don't want my tax money going to women who know they can't afford babies and have babies with trash bag bandits, right? And then knowingly they don't vet the dude and know you ain't getting no money and all that, and they cry about I don't have no money. Where's it in? Somebody got to start taking responsibility. Are we just sidestepping the fact that these women are grown adults, and you should know if you already in the system, you should know what the system will hold. You should know if you can have another one or not. You should know if you can have 2 more or not.
I believe in adoption. I believe, like Winston said, I believe in the adoption part of his comment. I think it's a selfless act.
So penny wise and pound foolish. Yeah, but again, you gotta hold these adults, these grown adults responsible. Now, so who gives a shit? Who gives a shit more about your child? The mother and the father, or the government? So don't say that the government.
Read Brown Skin Lady's comment.
Trash bag bandit able to leap from baby mama to catch a baby mama couch in a single bound. Wow.
Those dudes never have their own.
So are you saying that a father who had a child with a mother who and let's say those are not his, a brand new baby from a mother who had previous children that's outside of you, that we should just relinquish their responsibility and just put it all on the people who tried to help you but were only willing to help you so much? You know that ahead of time. It's not like a thing where it just pop up out of nowhere and just all of a sudden, hey, we're not paying for that 4th one. You know ahead of time, and you've already and you still have the child.
But what do you say about the men who do not wear condoms with these women? They're already mothers. They met them as mothers.
You call them trash bag bandit able to leap from baby mama couch to baby mama couch in a single bound. That's what you call it.
No, but that's what I mean. What about the men? Why aren't the men wearing condoms to prevent this?
Anybody got time for that? And who's that guy? I ain't seen that emoji before.
Who?
That emoji, the brown skinned lady. He got the trash and then the guy. I ain't seen that one before. You seen that one before?
That's a bandit. That's a bandit emoji.
I don't know.
You know, brown skin lady being Cynthia G's things. They got these. I fucking love Cynthia G's comment section. I love her comment section. I don't even have to look at the video. I just go straight to the comments, and I have a ball laughing.
Yeah,
Always.
Winston has a question. HoodTrucker, are you willing to harm infants to teach a mother a lesson? That's to treat babies as means to an end. No, that information is known ahead of time. That's like saying because a father committed a crime, that you should not make him go to jail because he has children at home. No. If they know ahead of time, listen. So are you saying that if I tell a woman, hey, we're not paying anything past 3 kids, and then you have a 4th, who's really punishing the child, the mother or the state? Because I told you, we're not paying after 3. So if you have another one, who's really punishing the child? Should you blame the state or should you blame the mother and the father?
Read brown skin lady's comment.
Hood, do you think the child support system is a good thing or is it unfair? No, it's 100% good thing. I 100% support child support, right? 100%. You shouldn't even be on child support. You should be in the home taking care of your kids. That's what you should do. That way you don't have to pay child support. Then take responsibility. Pull your pants up and stop being a little little trash bag bandits. Ultimately, it is the woman who let men enter their bodies. Listen, it takes 2 to tango. That man didn't have to enter that body. That man, after he entered that body, didn't have to take off and leave her stuck with the bag. There's a lot. Listen, it's a 50-50 relationship. Or actually, it's a 100-100 relationship. You give 100, I give 100. Because if it's a child involved, then now you want to talk about, I ain't got no money to take care of my kids. How could you? What you mean? We told you wasn't paying for that. So you did it anyway.
Miss Nobody says you can't have any more kids. Take precautions. Pro-choice starts before. There are how many methods of birth control now? I mean, now in 2021 for women. And say there's an accident, right? Say the condom broke and everything just got out of hand. They have the next day that pill that prevents the egg from implanting in the womb. There's so many ways to just not have this happen.
How about abstinence? How about that?
I don't know. How about it? How's that working for you? How's that working for you?
I ain't got none. So whatever I'm doing is working. Look. Okay, I hear you. Too many black men complaining about the child support. Yeah, like you had the lead attorney over there talking about it's unfair and all that. No, it's not unfair. I mean, it's unfair when you got to pay. And I would tell you what's unfair. What's unfair is when you create a child and you are willing and able to raise that child, all that.
I don't like the lead attorney. I don't like him at all. I don't like him. Do you know he interviewed? I don't know if anybody knows that interview. I'm sorry. I don't mean to get off this, the kids and stuff. Mm-hmm. But there was some pervert that the lead attorney had on his show with another guy. This pervert said how he had sex with a woman and her 2 teenage daughters in the same room. And then he had a separate video. He was in his car talking about how R. Kelly was bamboozled and we can all be R. Kelly or some stupid shit. And then this dude goes on the lead attorney's show. The lead attorney was talking to him real nice. He was laughing and joking. And I'm like, what the fuck?
We're going to talk about him.
What are you doing?
We're going to talk about him. We're going to talk about him.
I think the lead attorney is very anti-woman. He's anti-woman and he blames the woman for every single thing.
Did you think about this? Remember how he said that child support laws are unfair and he's done this and that? Did you ever consider that he may be on child support?
I don't know. He doesn't talk about his life, his personal life.
Right. Brown skin lady said Plan B. Now that I've used it.
Yeah, that's what it's called. It's called Plan B. You go to You go to the drugstore. You go
Yeah,
to
he
the
popped that pill.
drugstore.
He turned his misogynistic.
I
money
hate
hungry black
him.
men
I
enabling
can't
jerk.
stand him. Tasha K was right to go off on his fucking ass. She was.
Yeah.
Even if she was wrong about him, she was still right. I have no problem with it.
Because think about it, if you making all that money as a lawyer, what are you doing?
And he wears the same clothes, brown skin lady. The same fucking clothes.
Maybe you think that's gonna be his signature move. Wear the same jacket and same tie. Does he change ties? I don't know. Hello, that's why
I don't know. He's always in a blue suit. I think he thinks that looks nice. I don't know.
Now, I used to like. I mean, I don't necessarily have anything against the lead attorney. He did like you say he was a little nice to that dude, and we're gonna talk about that dude. We also gonna talk about that guy that was grabbing people's private parts to check for drugs. Where was that at again? Cocoa, Florida. We're gonna talk about him too, but. Like,
I want to talk about him first. That I mean, it's not funny, but it's funny and it's fucked up. It's funny and fucked up, and it's sexual assault. I don't care how they try to clean that up.
Yeah, and just the way he didn't, like he really didn't think that there was anything wrong with it. But yeah, he did was kind of hold that guy with kid gloves and that kind of thing. But we're gonna talk about him probably next day or two. Hood Trucker, the state is responsible for educating children 5 to 18. Why shouldn't the state be responsible for making sure that eye facts are fed and clothed regardless of irresponsible mothers? Because people take advantage. If you give somebody an inch, they take a mile, and that's exactly why you would like when you say, hey, I'll take care of you, I'll give you some help as long as you keep it under 3 or whatever the number is. Once you go above that, that's on you. Why it seems like we want to take the responsibility away from the mother and the father. Like, yeah, it's not all on the mother, although the mother is gonna probably be stuck with that child. So I think that the mother should probably be more vigilant in her responsibilities than the man would, although the man should be responsible too. But if you know that this dude is a likelihood that I'm gonna be stuck with it, I would think that you would take more precaution, and because you're not gonna get paid for that. You're not gonna get no help for that child, so it's gonna make everything worse. So people lie and that kind of thing and all that too.
Read Brown Skin lady's comment about the lead attorney.
There's no way a reputable, successful attorney would co-sign all these dusties unless he was in the same predicament. If he was in the same predicament, he might do a little bit more co-signing. Let's see. That infants are fed. Okay. It seems
infants are going to be fed regardless because WIC is a separate program from the state. Babies don't need to eat quote food yet, so up until the age of 5 they can eat. But I'm more concerned about the clothes. Like, what about clothes for the babies? What about the clothes? Like, I don't know how they do the welfare thing, and they give out clothing allowance for these mothers to put clothes on their children, like shoes, socks, coats.
But my thing is, why are you looking to make more babies as opposed to looking to make it a better life for the ones you already have? That doesn't make any sense to me.
Baby life is not black and white. If it was, we'd all be living a fabulous life.
Listen,
there are shades of gray.
No, yes, I understand, but you should be looking at these dudes like, I'm gonna need a down payment. I'm gonna need a deposit or something. You know what I'm saying? Because the job is, all this stuff. You got to vet these people because the state is not gonna take care of it. You just making more babies. You should be more vigilant in your choices on who you choose to manage. And if it means that you have to be alone.
Brown skin lady, read Brown skin lady's comment.
Winston, are you serious? Welfare should be a stepping stone, not a lifelong expectation. 100%, especially if you tell the mothers, hey, after 3 it ain't no more. We ain't got no more money for you. And you have another one. Who one cares less, the mother or the state? State don't give a damn. Okay, look, we told you we're gonna do, and we're gonna do that. But after that, we're not doing nothing else. And you did it anyway. Whose fault is that?
You think they're going to start taking the kids away? This
No.
country is changing super, super fast. Do you think that they will start taking the children away from the women, from the mothers who can't afford them and can't take care of them? Like that extra baby, do you think they'll take it into state care?
Well, if they're giving you money for the 3, let's say, right, it's probably not enough to make ends meet anyway. It's, they give you barely enough to do anything, right? So if I would think it would be less about having the additional children and not getting paid for it than the conditions of the children of the living situation. So even if you had the limit, even if you had the limit, you didn't go above the limit. They still gonna take the kids away if they find out that you ain't got no food in there and you ain't doing what you're supposed to do.
But they don't take the kids away. You gotta be like, everybody knows that you have to be like, they don't want to take nobody's kids away. They want you to keep your children, not because they love you or they want you to, they love the kids or anything. They want to see this country, all of Western Europe seems to be based on family reunification. For them to take your kids away, you literally have to beat your children half to death. It ain't because there's no shoes. It ain't because there's no food or because you haven't cleaned up. If that was the case, you know how many mothers would purposely, a lot of people don't want their families. They don't want their kids. They might want one. They might have 7, and they'll probably be like, I only want these 2. But you can't go to the state and say, here, I'm keeping these 2 and you can have these 5. It does not work that way.
No.
You know.
So Miss Nobody says, yes, Hood Trucker, the government's dingling isn't going in the woman. There are 2 people involved by creating a baby. 100%. Facts.
I believe the men should be held responsible as well, but they're not the ones pregnant.
Say that one more time.
They're not the ones pregnant. So I believe the men should be responsible, but he's probably trash anyway. Whoever he is probably trash anyway.
Yeah, the super bandit. I would love to cut off the welfare, but not at the expense of the babies. Yeah, listen, you gotta hold these parents accountable, though. Listen, if I tell you that it ain't no more and we ain't got nothing else for you and you do it anyway, that's on you. You have to figure that out. Yes, back in my clubbing days, I would ask 3 questions. Do you have a job? Do you have a car? Do you have your own place? If the answer
do you have your own place is more important than a car.
Listen, if the answer is no to either question, I'm not wasting my time twerking on you. I don't blame you. No joke. That was seriously the criteria. Yeah. You can't play with these people, man. You gotta vet these people nowadays, man. Especially when that Yin Yang twins came on. Because when you twerk on the wrong dude, you're gonna get the wrong impression. You're gonna think it's time to go home. Can we get out of here? We can get out of here if you want to. Yeah, trying to go get a check. So, yeah, if you tell a woman that you're not paying for no more children, if the goal is to disincentivize welfare, what else can you do as a politician? What else you gonna do? You're just gonna keep paying and then whatever, because people take advantage, and especially like in the cases the way it used to be, where just people have more and more children, you hang out and you take care of children, you're living on the state. What are you supposed to do about that? I go to work and I pay taxes and all that, and my taxes are supposed to go for someone who's just going to lay up and have sex and have babies and get a check for as many babies as they want to. And the rationale is that we should just keep paying for more babies because the baby pays the price. That's not realistic.
I kind of agree with you, but then again, I also take into account when Joe Biden wanted $5 billion for some Afghan refugees to help them build a new and positive, prosperous life here. I'm like, no. I'm like, no.
That's
So
true.
if you can do that for people who aren't American citizens, you can look out for the babies born here through no fault of their own. It doesn't cost much. It just doesn't cost much.
But if you say that, then you can also say, why these roads? So, I mean, I drive on these roads all the time, and I'm telling you, Arizona got some of the worst roads in the country.
Well, he has an infrastructure plan in place. Didn't he sign something where
But
the
he didn't
money?
already get you. How many? It was spending how many $1 billion a day or $1 million a day or whatever on the Iraq War. He got tons of money for all kinds of other shit. Until it comes
No,
out,
it's the infrastructure bill. Isn't didn't he just sign off on? Didn't he sign off on that earlier in the year? I
Maryland.
thought that was his big thing. I thought he got the infrastructure bill
Maryland.
going.
Maryland. These bridges and these roads have been needing repair since well before Ronald Reagan. So
I
they've
no,
been known about.
no, wait. What I'm saying is that Joe Biden asked for like billions of dollars, and it was signed off on by the House Democrats, right? And I also think your Manchin and that dizzy bitch from Arizona, I think she
Mhm.
also signed off on it as well. So I feel so the roads are going to be clean. There's going to be millions of jobs available because they need people to fix everything. We are falling apart infrastructure wise. So I think that the bill already passed. It did, right? Or you don't know?
I'm not sure. I haven't paid attention. But Winston says your taxes go to corporate welfare, such as subsidies for dairy farmers. Does that upset you? Now,
That's
if
completely that's completely different though.
well, here's the thing. Here's the thing. See, people say that, but I was watching a documentary where they have those farmers so locked in, they're barely making any money. For example, what's the chicken industry. It's like five big ones, and they have a bunch of farmers that they loop them into this cycle to where they require them to have more equipment and all this different stuff, so they keep them in the hole. And it's like running, what's that thing that the mice run on, that thing, that circus wheel or whatever they call it. That's what they do now. I don't know like the specifics of all the subsidies, because some are needed and some are not. Like the you look at like the Lakers. The Lakers got a PPP loan. It's all kinds of different things that corporate welfare get. But you also got to remember that these corporations have politicians in their pockets. So the answer to your question is yes, that upsets me as well. But that doesn't alleviate the fact that if you tell a mother who's currently getting assistance that if you have any more babies, we're not giving you any further assistance. So those two don't one's not more important than the other, or one doesn't make one right and one wrong or anything like that. Both of them is wrong, unless again, like the dairy, like you don't want to lose the dairy industry, and if you have to have subsidies to save the dairy industry, it's welfare is welfare. So it is what it is. I mean, but if you're taking advantage of, if it's truly meant to help, that's one thing. But if you're going to scam the system and take advantage and all that, that's crazy too. I don't think it got to him because he didn't get the votes. Yeah, I heard something like that too.
That's messed up. That really, really, really is messed up. I thought they passed the infrastructure bill.
They might have passed it in the House, but it also has to pass the Senate too. So you got to remember that. The issue isn't helping people in need. The issue is people abusing the benefits because they can. I'm a social worker. I see it every day. Absolutely.
I agree, brown skin lady. Yep. They try to get over. They try.
Got my 30 minutes in daily doubles. That's awesome, BB Cross. I got probably 10 minutes in today, but I'm doing the bag now. I'm doing the backpack, 50-pound backpack thing. I got a big one in. I'm sore. I'm still sore today. So I got about 10. I did some ab stuff today. Didn't do the daily doubles because I got so much stuff to do. Sometimes I don't get a chance to do the doubles. But yeah, save the dairy industry, not the babies. No, you got to save both. You got to save both. But again, you keep wanting to not sidestep the responsibilities of the mothers and the fathers. So if you tell them that it ain't no more money for you, and you have babies again, who's really not looking out for those babies? Yes, brown skinned lady. Generational poverty is real.
Yes, it is. Yes, the fuck it is. And that's Mama Duck. That's Mama Duck's life story. And I'm not disrespecting this woman at all. I'm not. But that it was extreme poverty. Something happened to her in her lifetime. And I think she's a nice lady. I do. I think she's a nice lady, but she needs counseling as well for her issues. Some things happen. And 5 babies dying, nah, that shit, that mentally had to break her. I believe it.
Yeah. There are families who pass down their Section 8 vouchers from grandmother to daughter to grandchild. Ish ain't.
Can you do that? Can you pass down Section 8 vouchers?
I don't know, but I know people that's on the waiting list and they like happy.
Yeah, I know people on the waiting list too. They have working Section 8. They do have working Section 8, like for regular people and who got jobs, and then they have like Section 8 for families.
Mm-hmm. If anything, access to those programs to help you further your education, help you get a better job, daycare assistance so you can work, go to school, etc.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. But again, you get people get in that mode to where you ain't going to work every day. You waking up and you dealing with kids, right? And then you may have some self-esteem issues or something like that. And then you get this smooth talking dude that comes along and say, "Hey, baby, we can we can make the teamwork make the dream work and all that." And you buy that. And next thing you know, he ain't answering his phone no more. So you gotta be careful. Just gotta be careful.
Make the dream work.
Right. Hood mentality propagated occurs, scripts and hoes, same old dumb shit.
Yep, Joe John.
Someone's sticking me over here. Oh, this is cord. Oh, okay. I tell you, I got cords going everywhere. I might have got shocked or something. Right? I got cords everywhere. Possible cause of rights of succession. Succession. That's like when you want to leave the state or you want to separate from the state or something like that. I guess what succession is. Maybe that's what you're talking about. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, listen, we can't take. Listen. Are there people that take advantage of the system? Absolutely. But are there people that abuse that don't make good decisions? Absolutely. And then when you make the bad decision, you want to get rescued some kind of way. Listen. There's all kinds of people in jail that make bad decisions. They get caught up, and they cry to the judge. I had kids. I have this. I have that. And then you want to make the judge, be sympathetic and all that. But here's the thing. Again, are you thinking about the kids when you commit that crime? Just like, are you thinking about the kids when you have a baby past the limit to what the state told you they're going to pay you for? It's the same thing. So if they're going to send you to jail, then, they should let those parents deal with the fact that they ain't getting no more money. Which, if you got a deadbeat father, what's the term again? What's the term again? Trash bag bandit.
Trash bag bandits.
If you get with a trash bag bandit, you're gonna have to deal with them trash bag bandit problems. I'm sorry. No, when the leaseholder dies, another tenant living there can just take over the apartment.
I know that happens in New York City, but you can't do that in many cities anymore. Like what what people get away with in New York, that doesn't happen like, say, where you are in Arizona. That's just not going to happen there.
Well,
Some
see,
states, they don't allow that.
Arizona's a Republican state. You know, they didn't even have Martin Luther King Day for a long time. So Arizona's a Republican state.
I know John McCain was against it, and I really don't know why.
I'm not a fan of John McCain, but you know, at least he did keep he did vote to keep the Obamacare in for the people that need it, because there are people that, you know, people talk a bunch of shit about it, but there are people that need it and that benefited from it. So
yeah, he had his issues. He had his issues. He knew he was dying, so let me do some good shit before I go. Maybe it'll mean something on the other side, if there's another side.
Yeah, because Republican states, you know, do things a little differently. Like they, what was that thing that they made Juneteenth a national holiday, but in Georgia they made it so you can't get paid for that holiday. So Republican states act a little different when it comes to what's it called, cultural issues. Imagine making out a will stating, "I hereby leave my Section 8 vouchers to my." Oh,
Section 8 is so. A lot of people who are on Section 8, I don't know, under Trump, a lot of people weren't getting their rent paid. They weren't getting their rent paid, and they're like the $50 or $100 they were required to pay. They had that, but they didn't have the $1,200 or $1,300 that the government was supposed to pay. And see, that's the problem when you depend on the government for anything, especially like your livelihood, because they can fuck up your shit immediately. You're waiting for your food stamps to come, and you know it's not there, and you don't know why, and it's because you didn't do XYZ, or you missed this appointment date that you didn't know you had, or you couldn't get there because you didn't have enough car fare. They don't send you like what do you call that? They don't send you, what do you call those things to get you on the subway? I know what they are, Metro cards. They don't send you that just to hop on the Metro card and come back.
Right. So Winston says, just to be clear, Hood Trucker, if the mother goes over the child limit, then the kids should just have to deal with it. Listen, the mother, like you said, if the mother goes over the child limit, knowingly goes over the child limit, you put your child in that predicament. And yes, the child is going to have to deal with that, but that's the mother's responsibility to what's the mother's responsibility? To protect her child. If you don't protect your child, whose fault is that? That's the mother. Mother is the ultimate responsibility. And if I definitely not looking down on
I
know,
I laughed at her last statement.
I want better for these young black women who failed to ask those 3 questions before I twerked. Right. But you got to. I mean, listen. The mother and the father are the ultimate protectors. That you shouldn't look to the state to protect your child.
It's free for them because it's Medicaid. The women should want to be on birth control. I mean, everybody always says that they're allergic to it or some stupid shit. Nah, there's different types of birth control. Different.
There's nobody says a mom should make sure she doesn't go over the limit. Absolutely, 100%. You know, I can't agree more, because Section 8 has an inheritance. Because you shouldn't look to the state to take care of your children, period. That's the mother and the father responsibility. If the mother and father is derelict in their duties, you shouldn't look to the state to take care of them. That's your.
Nobody. New York got rid of the tokens, right? Didn't they get rid of those token? They got rid of those. I don't see those.
What do they got now?
We use the cards, the Metro cards. I haven't seen the tokens in maybe they're there, but because we only get Metro cards, I don't pay attention anymore.
Absolutely, me either. I know about that broke life. That's why I worked my ass off to provide something better for my children. There you go. That's a responsible parent. But then, let's get to Winston. Hood Trucker, why do we have CPS? CPS is for neglect. That's not just for people over the limit. You could have one person and get the full check, and she smoked crack all day or whatever. Doesn't do the proper things that she's supposed to be doing. You don't like the child, whatever. The cheap CPS will come in with one child. So yes, in that particular instance, CPS is notable. Like there was a story where I saw where the CPS didn't even work because they were beating the child up and torturing the child and putting the child in a trunk, like those suitcase trunks or whatever, and just beating the child half to death, and ultimately they killed him. So CPS doesn't even work all the time. Ultimately, the mother and the father are responsible for protecting that child. You can't ask or depend on the state to do that. Although there's programs involved, that doesn't mean they work. Because again, there are plenty of instances where children have died and CPS overlooked those things. So yes, there are programs in place to help when they can, but you shouldn't rely on that. Yes, yes, they're going. Yes, they're gone, but I'm old. Putting limits
what are
on.
y'all talking about? What is that? I want to laugh too. What y'all laughing about, Miss Nobody?
Probably I was addressing Winston's comments, but putting limits on assistance would be a good thing. You'd be surprised at how the fear of your child being hungry will motivate people to find a job. 100%. Because again, the ultimate protector is mother and father.
But you know what? 1 second. Brown skin lady. I do have to say this though. Okay, the mom, she gets a job, right? Rents are expensive. She still needs somebody to help. She still needs the government to help with paying, for her living situation. The job she's going to get it's not going to cover her costs for the stuff that she needs. Right. She still needs a job, but the government still needs to assist, is what I'm saying.
Now look, here we go again. CPS is an admission by the state that the state is responsible for children regardless of terrible parents. They're not responsible. They're not responsible. CPS is an agency like the police. Like you have police driving around trying to make the streets safer, whatever the case, and fighting crime and all that. CPS is a function of that. Whereas if there's a report that something going on in someone's household, CPS is the one that shows up to make sure that child is not being neglected, harmed, or anything like that. That I don't know if that's a responsibility. It's like the police is not necessarily responsible for each and every, because you might commit a crime in front of the police, they miss it. I mean, are you gonna sue the police because they missed that crime? Just like I don't know if you can sue CPS for missing I don't know if diagnosis is the word, but missing the neglect in a particular home. I don't know if you can if responsibility is the right word. I don't know.
I don't think CPS interviews the children by themselves. The way I hear it, they'll interview the abused child right in front of their abuser. They're supposed to take the kid outside, away from whoever, and then talk to them. But they don't do that.
Sometimes they do. It depends on. See, a lot of these agencies get lazy.
You work for CPS, but are you a caseworker, brown skin lady? Are you a caseworker?
Well, I'm sure she's seen cases. I'm sure she knows the intricate workings. But if you allow a state to be responsible for your children, you are failing as a parent. 100%. You should never look to the state to take care of your children. That's ridiculous. Metro cards and tokens. You should never look to the state to take care of your children. It's ridiculous.
Brown skin lady said, no, it depends on what kind of abuse is being alleged. She's in investigations. She's in investigations.
Okay, investigations. Yeah, she's asking them questions. Like, what's going on here, right? So, but still, you should not be looking to the state to be responsible for your children. Like, I don't know what's Winston's going on and all that, but he said that that agency.
No, is responsible. I kind of agree with Winston as well. I do. I think because I care about the babies. I care about the children because the children are being brought into this world in a fucked up situation, and to make their life even more stressful, to like just wonder where they're gonna get their next coat from, just to live like Chicago people. I hate to just we have our own Chicago's, I guess, in New York, but we ain't got them like Chicago. You
So
shouldn't have to live like that.
So you believe that CPS is responsible for your children?
Well, I'm not saying they're responsible, but once a case is opened against you,
Yeah. So they're an agency that makes sure that the parents are taking care of their children. They're not in the business of taking care of children. They're in the business of making sure the parents are taking care of the children. They monitor the parents. And if the parents are not doing their job, they take the kids out of the home. To me, that's not a responsibility. That's a function of making sure that the parents are doing what they're supposed to do. Correct me if I'm wrong. CPS BCW is just a tool to help. Why? Some parents are just too messed up to have kids or even be around them. Absolutely, 100%. The woman who is speaking just nailed it. Absolutely, 100%. It's not comparable. We are talking about able-bodied people versus unfit parents. It's not the same thing. Yes, but
thank you, Winston. I agree with you on the baby situation. I do.
Yeah, Miss Nobody. Maybe before CPS, other family members took responsibility for neglect to choose.
They did. Family would look out. Family looks out for other family if they can,
Yeah.
until that parent, that family member who's the parent, starts keeping the kids and starts doing stupid shit, and that's when the family goes snitching. But they actually snitching because they want the child with them.
True, but the moms are in control. They can control their lives, their kids' lives, and whether or not they have more kids. 100%.
I believe in birth control as well. I really do. Don't get it twisted. The IUD works. The North plant works. And there's shots now people can get. You can get shots.
You know what else works?
Don't say abstinence. That's not realistic. People need stuff.
That works though. You can't say it don't work. That's number one. And I'm gonna tell you what else works.
Need stuff.
I'm gonna tell you what else works. All right, but that's what they got. That's why they got Amazon. You can order all that stuff you need to take care of all that stuff from Amazon. But look,
that's not the same.
But it's
not the same.
But it's a substitute. But look, you know what else? You know what else works? Brown skin ladies 3 questions. That works too.
Yes. Do you have your own place? And unfortunately, a lot of men don't have their own place. It's like not just black men, but many men. It's like, I don't care if you have a roommate, situation, because it could be expensive. But the fact that you don't even have your own, you're just living either home with your mom, or you're with a grandmother, or you're with another girl.
How old can you have a roommate and it'd be cool with you? What if he's 40 with a roommate?
A lot of people who are 40, they do have roommates. In New York, in expensive cities, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I always look for family before placement in foster care. A lot.
You're lucky that you don't have to have roommates. You're in bumfuck. You're living in Georgia. You're lucky that you don't have to really pay a lot of money because you live in a state
No. Georgia's expensive. If you want to live in the good area, if you want to live in where you going dodging bullets, it's not expensive, not that expensive. But if you want to live in a good area, it's very expensive. Most will, but I've also seen wealthy grandparents say no to grandbabies. Mm-hmm. They don't want that. They don't want the problem. It works for people who fall victim to love. Yeah. Baby, I love you.
Oh my God, screw that Amazon stuff. It's not the same. Thank you, Miss Nobody.
Listen.
That's a supplement. That's called supplementing.
Listen. What's better? A child you can't pay for, or spending that $100 to $200 at Amazon?
Dude, birth control. I ain't gonna go through all that bullshit. Birth control.
Listen, them toys will love you for as long as you got batteries.
How would you know?
This sounds
How
like
would you know?
because I'm on the road, and sometimes I encourage little extracurricular stuff. But listen, anyway, this sounds like
Don't
person
talk
trying
like
to.
that. Don't do
It's the
that
government.
California shit. Talk normal.
it's, it's the government job to take care of our children, put chickens in trays, and coding in schools, and corporate STEM search research. All exactly. And, you can't.
Wait, no, read that back again. Wait, go ahead. Read that again. Go back.
Look,
Because I just I want to make sure you go back. No, not that one. Let me go back over here. I just caught that, but I wasn't really paying attention until the last part about chickens. She was talking about quality.
Right.
Oh,
Yeah.
this sounds like Crummy 6ix9ine line of thinking. It's the government's job to take care of our children, put chickens, trains, and coding in schools, and incorporate stem cell research in middle schools.
Yeah. CPS is responsible for removing the kids. That is a responsibility because CPS is told about bad parents do not act and take care accused of being irresponsible. Yes, they're responsible if it's shown that there's a problem with the parents. Now, once that problem is found to not be a problem, CPS is no longer responsible. So it's, the responsibility of CPS is not the same as a mother and a father's responsibility. I'm telling you, these three questions will save you a lot of head, man. Absolutely, 100%. Let's see. Atlanta's expensive. Yeah, the good areas. Let's see. We missed a few comments here. Let's see. Pop your eyes back in your head, Mr. Jojo. M is right. Micro apartments here in New York City are like $2,000 a month, and you need more people to cover the bills. Okay. They're not more or less expensive. What about Harlem? Is Harlem not a little cheaper? Or what about there's no cheaper alternatives? Like everything is $2,000? Spending money on Amazon crap when you got your hand for free. Oh, there you go. It's cheaper to do the hand. Cheaper by the hand. And that's exactly what many of the no's say. We all agree that parents should be responsible. Where we disagree is over whether the infants who are quintessentially innocent should suffer because of it.
Yeah. I mean, you're gonna have people who I care for the kids. I care for the babies. I do.
You have parents. You have parents that put their children in situations where they give weirdos grandfather, not grandfather, but godfather titles, and then they marry them later. I mean, a parent put that child in that situation.
I think that's so disgusting.
Yeah, 100%. Like, you got bad parents, but that doesn't mean that the state should take over. That's just a shitty situation that the child is in, and is sad and all of that. But ultimately, the parents are the ultimate protectors, not the state.
BB Cross, I guess $20, but that's what can $20 buy you? That shit can't even buy you a Metro card these days, man.
Let's agree that it's the government job to provide at least $20 extra for a child over the limit. Okay, done. No, you can buy some noodles with that. Buy $20 with the noodles. No, they shouldn't, but it's really mom's fault. Absolutely.
Or those fruit cups that you buy. Those fruit cups, those seasoned fruit cups. How much those cost?
No, those are $10 for the plate and $8 for the cup. But they're good though. Because they have a job. I know professionals in San Francisco.
Yeah. See, I don't know. Trucker be acting like he's all sheltered and shit. I mean, yes, definitely San Francisco. You're in Central. Maybe you're between LA and you're in Northern California, so you're between LA and Northern and San Francisco. So you should know how expensive things are.
But listen, Ask Winston. You say you know professional in San Francisco. Ask Winston if some of those professionals aren't considering moving to like Modesto and Sacramento, so that they can get more for their money, and commuting back and forth. That the people. That's why there's so much traffic up there, because that's what they're doing. Somebody just hit my truck. For the shake. What the hell? Maybe it's me. But yeah, there are plenty of people that commute back and forth. I couldn't have no room. I had to move since college. I can't have no room.
Look at brown skinned lady. Nobody wants a hungry baby. Sad face. I just know that endless assistance, yeah, it becomes a crush with no path to advancement. Nobody, maybe there's a way to bribe the mothers with, like, for real, a couple of $100 a month to stay on birth control. I mean, it's not forcing them, but at least it's extra cash in their pocket, and they don't have to worry about getting pregnant. I know. Look at your faces and everything. Why should we have to convince grown women to not get pregnant? Not everybody is the same. We're all look what happened with January 6th. Look at all those people. Look at people. Look at people who feel. Look at all the people who don't want to get the vaccine, or I understand reasonings why some people don't want it. I don't want to talk about the vaccine. I want to talk about that.
Let me ask you this: should we pay people to not drink and drive? Since we want to pay people.
Well, that's really going to be hard because people don't knowingly. People who knowingly drinks. When you're in that weapon, which is a car, you cannot be under the influence of something. You just can't. You know that. If you're drinking and you get in your car, that must mean that you have a problem or a death wish.
Listen, Miss Nobody's asked, a hood trucker, can you sleep in your truck? If so, maybe that's why you're a tiny bit out of touch with prices.
Don't get mad. Don't get mad. Don't your face all changed and shit. Don't get mad.
Listen. We need to learn school for 6 foot since he said 7 foot. 6. Okay, look. No. If you're living first of all, those are anomalies. How many cities in America other than New York, San Francisco, and downtown LA have $2,000 a month 1-bedroom, 2-bedroom apartments?
I heard Seattle does.
Okay, that's a fourth. Now, you have any more?
Chicago, Chi-Town.
Ain't nobody paying $2,000 a month to get shot. Start, please.
Not all of Chicago is that bad, though. You do know that Chicago is like it is more people. It's diverse.
Well, listen. You can go to Fresno, California, and find a $2,000 a month apartment, right? If you want to pay that, but there's other cheaper alternatives. But what I'm saying is, those are anomalies. Like Georgia is also a high rent. But guess what? I'm not gonna have no roommate. I refuse to have a roommate. I'm a hustle. I'm gonna do something. I'm gonna rob a bank. I'm gonna do something not to have a roommate. I'm sorry, I can't have one. I just can't have one. I'll get a girlfriend before I get a roommate. You know what women do with these thousands of food stamps, what they receive while their kids go hungry, sell them and buy weeds, lashes, and nails. I've bought some food stamps before.
The people that I know who get cash for the food stamps, they're not using it for that. They're using it to buy stuff for the children and using it to buy things that the food stamps doesn't give them. Not everybody's doing that. There are a lot of people that are, but not everybody.
I swear to God, I'm trying to just say, look, listen, Winston said Santa Cruz, which is luxurious, Santa Barbara, which is luxurious, but you're leaving out Malibu, you're leaving out Calabasas. Listen, don't live in those areas. If you're for example, if you're an up and coming tech guy and you need to be in San Francisco, that's something that you do in the meantime. But if you're 40, and you have a roommate, I don't care where you live. You're too old. And listen, if you can't, why are you living in an area that you can't afford? Anybody have an answer to that? There's a map online where it shows how much you have to make in order to like in each state and city. It's all too much. But listen, if you work at McDonald's, you shouldn't be living in New York. I'm sorry.
Joe said Las Vegas rent is cheap, but it's crazy over there. But you know what? I heard the opposite. I heard that their rent is kind of high.
Again, you can find high rent. Wherever you go, listen, wherever I am, whatever city I'm in right now, I'm sure I can find high rent. At least high rent for the area. But do you have to live in that area? You're going to go and live in Malibu and you make just enough money to pay the rent? No. You can live other places. Even if you have to commute. There's people that own like $500,000 homes in like Modesto. It's probably 2 or 3 hours away from the city where they work. And they commute every day, commute 6-7 hours a day. Now, if that's what you have to do, sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes, that money that you spend on that rent might need to be spent on the $2,000 rent, need to spend a little bit less in a rent a little further away and have a car. Or you drive a car like that. That's why they have cars that they have those where you drive your car and park at the thing where you jump on the train and you could go the rest of the way. I forgot what they call those. But yeah, but there's all kinds of different ways. You don't have to have a roommate. Stop it. My mom did used to sell stamps, but it was for things like toilet paper, not for booze or anything like that. But there are people who do. Absolutely. 100%. Vegas has no taxes. They also have slot machines where you can go win your rent money over there. Got the slot machine. Yes, not everybody, but too many. Yes, but you know what? There is a lot of people who do that. I've bought a few. The one thing I would ask the government to fix is to put homeless people in shelters. Too many of them wandering around. But see, even that. Some home like do you remember when Oprah gave that homeless person $100,000 and he spent the entire $100,000 and then went right back homeless? Some people, that's what that lifestyle they live because that's what they want to do. It's a lot of mental illness in homeless areas, and some people, you can't help people that don't want to be helped. You can have shelters and all that kind of stuff, and listen. Low income apartments, they build them brand new, and a few years later they're trashed. Within the next 5 to 10 years they're trash and nobody wants to live there. So again, you can't help people that don't want to be helped. I heard it used to be you could use your EBT cards at casinos in Vegas. Why?
I heard that
casinos,
too. Not EBT. Is it the EBT, the cash cards? Yeah, I think they stopped that. I think they were letting them do that, but I think word got out, and now you can't do it anymore.
Look at BB Cross. Look, BB Cross. Look, gave me some game though. Look, Hood Trucker, save your rent money, move in with a lady on Section 8 and throw her a couple of $100 every month. That's what I'm talking about, man. Get that game up, throw them gems, drop them jewels. Over here. Got game. BB Cross gamed up, though. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. No, you can't do that. You can't supposed to do that. No, like if you okay, look. Is this Section 8 in New York where you talking about the $2,000 rent? Is this Section 8 there?
There's Section 8, but I don't know anybody. Everybody I know was waiting for it. Some people still have it, but it's not like it wasn't like before.
So are they limited now? Section 8 is limited? Yeah,
I think so. But the good thing is, if you do get it, you can move it from state to state.
Because look, Section 8 people will trash a house. A lot of times,
not all the time.
But I'm saying that's a lot of reasons why landlords won't rent to Section 8 people. You know, a lot of times, Section 8 landlords are slum lords. They do just enough to pass that inspection to get them in there. They don't want to fix nothing else. Yes, in some
Yeah,
places, but
they're not accepting a lot of new clients. But it's not even that. People, it's hard to get the vouchers like they used to.
that's where you get them passed down from your grandma. They write you that will and say, what does it say? I willfully leave my Section 8 voucher to my grandson.
You know what annoys me is that they always make it seem like it's just black people, black and brown people that are getting Section 8 vouchers. You know good and fucking well white people are getting it too, but they never show their faces. Never.
White people are on welfare a high percentage more than any people of color.
Yeah. No, they are. No,
Mhm.
they most definitely are.
But the scapegoats are the
The
minorities.
faces of welfare and poverty and homelessness and unemployment, whenever they want to show something negative, they always show black people first, black or
Absolutely.
Latino, and then maybe they'll throw in white people not being able to get a, like, corporate white collar job or something. But that's very rare. But you never hear about him being thrown out of his apartment where he's going to be on the street.
Yeah, exactly. Um, so so um, so you would date someone who a 40-year-old who had a roommate. You would date someone like that?
It depends. Yeah, I mean, come on. It depends on the city. Like this city right here. Yeah, I mean, any expensive city, you got to be realistic about things. Yes, it would be nice if they had their own apartment, but that would be more for upstate. That's not, or I don't know, maybe the far edge of the Bronx or something. I don't know. But it's hard. It's hard. It's hard. So yeah, I would.
Okay,
I understand. I understand how things are, but like a state like, say, Wisconsin or Iowa, Idaho, no, nigga, you got to have your own place. There's no way the apartments are expensive over there. No
okay?
way.
You live in New York, correct?
Yes.
Do you have a roommate?
No.
So why is it possible for you not to have a roommate and live in New York, but a grown man who's 40 years old, he's got to get some type of consolation or something?
My situation's different.
Ah, ah. So, so you like a catch then? So you're like a catch.
Yeah, I guess I would be for a nigga who ain't got his own place. Yeah.
So
But I'm
you
like brown skin lady. I already know if you don't have your own place, you just bouncing and bouncing and bouncing. Why don't you? I want a dude that got his own. I don't care. I don't care. But a
but
roommate
it's New
situation.
York. What happened to you? I thought it was New York.
No, the roommate situation, meaning that you are paying your half the rent. You got your own room. That person got their own room. That's
What if he got?
different. That's
Does he
not the
get?
same as living
Do
with your mother and it's
do you get?
weird.
Do you get brownie points if in your own room you have your own refrigerator and a
Shut
microwave?
up. Shut up. Shut up.
I'd rather be them in. I'd rather than be in shelters, man. They're everywhere. I was eating at Taco Bell, and one of them came up and asked me for $1. If they in shelter, even if they
You
in
said
shelter,
hell no.
because listen, you can't trust them people. Sometimes have you seen the documentaries where they be faking illnesses and be out there and they be on drugs?
No, but I mean, I don't know how Joe said it. Joe probably said, hell no. You don't see me fucking in here. Get out of here.
I leave my pearls, fine china, silk, linen, and Section 8 vouchers to my daughter. More white people are also killed by police.
Are they really?
I don't know, but
I wish it. You know what? I could believe it, but I wish they would talk about it more in the news.
That could be possible because there's more white people. Population wise. However, if you look at arrests, I don't think it's the same. I think it's more people get arrested or accosted or or let's say harassed already, or stopped as a percentage. Like the number might be higher, but a percentage of population. I mean, the number might be higher, but as a percentage of population may be lower. So yeah, if you got 7 times worth of people, if I don't know what the population of but it is a majority. But if you have a majority population, but the percentage of people getting arrested and killed and that kind of thing is as it pertains to percentages, that makes a big difference too. Hood trucker doxing down.
He
I didn't give
sure
out the address.
is. He
I didn't give
sure
out the address.
is.
They can
He
tell by your
sure
accent.
is.
Oh, stop it.
Like people can't catch that shit. Come on.
Yeah, stop
Get real.
it. I would if they waited outside, but come in when I'm eating. I said no. Yeah, they interrupted while he was eating. What you gonna do?
Oh wait, they came inside the restaurant. I thought you were sitting outside eating, and they asked you.
You said I would if they waited outside, but okay.
Brown skin lady, you're right. They can even shoot a cop. They can beat a cop's ass and they can come back alive. The cops will go get him though. He might be roughed up and have his face fucked up, but he'll be alive when they bring him back to the station.
Yeah. So again, I mean, there's a thing called white privilege, right? And a lot of times, even comedians joke about it. I think Dave Chappelle was joking that he was driving with his white friends and they had weed and all kind of stuff. And the way he talked to the police is the way he would never talk to the police. So there are differences in the culture. So if it's true that white people are killed more by police, it's got to be a function of the amount of people, the numbers of the sheer numbers of people, as opposed to as a percentage. Because then I can hear somebody. So now I've been porno bombed. Yes,
it's so tacky. It really is.
It's ridiculous. But a relatively new live streamer like us, they can get away with some of that stuff. So we're not tripping. We gonna learn from it.
Joe said that was a Kwame.
Yes, we back. I need to police that stuff better. So I figured out how to do what I'm gonna do next time. So we shouldn't have that problem again. So if you want to get on here now, we're gonna get on like this until you go away, and then we can add Marilyn back.
No, I want her. Because I know you want people on, and I know you want callers on to come on, which is great. You just have to be careful because a lot of them are assholes.
Yeah. So that particular situation, I figured out how we're gonna take care of that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So, we've been on almost 3 hours. Had an awesome conversation, even though we got interrupted and whatever you call it, bombed, whatever the term is. But I appreciate everybody coming out. Had an awesome conversation. We kind of veered a little bit toward. Veered away from the thing, although, the mother-son relationship was still involved. We kind of end up talking about, kind of veer up the subject. But listen, our mother and son relationships going too far, I think,
they can. It depends. But I don't think it's culture. I think individual families.
Look at Joe. Her trucker has no home. He lives in the truck. I live in my truck a lot. But when I go home, I'm at home. Great live, love the discussions. Absolutely, thank you, brown skin.
I'm glad brown skin ladies here. I wish Moonlight was too, but but you're gonna have another one, right? Go ahead, tell them. Do you know when you're gonna have another live? Do you have an idea?
We're gonna try to have one tomorrow. I'm on a deadline, so maybe not. We may have one Saturday. Well, we are gonna have one Saturday for sure. Friday tomorrow, I'm on a deadline, so I may not have one tomorrow. May just not have the time, but Saturday for sure, and Sunday too. So possibly Monday, but Saturday, Sunday for sure. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe, I don't know, but probably not. So, thank you for
Is
coming out.
Saturday going to be in your truck, or is that going to be in your house?
That's gonna probably be somewhere. I don't know.
You have no idea.
I never know. It depends. Like I can't ever plan nothing. I mean, I can plan. I can't. First of all,
No, the only reason why I'm asking. Oh, wait a minute. Why am I even asking? You said you don't even have Wi-Fi in your house. You're not even paying for Wi-Fi.
Yeah, because it's
The
like
Wi-Fi that you have here is the same Wi-Fi you're gonna. It doesn't matter where you go. House, truck, car, zoo. It's the same Wi-Fi.
because it's with me all the time. Like I'll be paying Wi-Fi and I'm not there. Like I'm only at home like 4 to 6 days a month. So once I get settled in and all that, then I'll have I'll be more inclined to pay for that stuff. But at the rate I'm at now, it's just I'm already throwing money away.
In StreamYard, you look really good. Like the lighting is perfect, and that shadow. Yeah, you really look nice in StreamYard. Like I think it gives off that HD look. Whereas when I'm watching you in YouTube, you still look good. I mean, you still look good, but you're extra clean and clear in StreamYard. People, you should come into StreamYard. You don't have to come in, and you don't have to come on the panel. Just say you don't want to come on, but then you'll see what I'm talking about. He looks, the camera just looks better for some reason.
It's probably something gets lost in the transition, but being across it, I'm gonna use a weighted backpack. I'm gonna put a couple of pound cakes in it.
Pound cakes.
It's a couple pounds. It's a couple pounds.
Can you explain to the people why you don't like the resistance bands and the resistance belts and all that stuff? Why you don't use it? You don't have a problem with it.
Mm-mm.
You think they work or no?
It could, but see, my thing is this. Number one, they snap, and it could be as they slip out of your foot, or they could break and they snap.
Wait a minute, but they're like $50 to $100. They shouldn't be snapping.
It's true, but anything it's gonna snap at some point. The other thing is that the resistance gets tougher as you go up. So it's just weird, and then it jerks you down. It's like I don't like them just because of the feel. Like I like dumbbells and stuff like that.
Do you sit on the balls? Do you sit on the big balls to do like any kind of exercise, like your curls or anything, or abs? You know what a ball is, right?
You just asked me if I sit on big balls. No, I don't sit on big balls. No.
You're such a you in this masculinity shit. You know what I mean? Have you the exercise balls?
No, look. Marilyn said you better stop, Trucker. Look, says I'm gonna throw his phone.
Let's get the guy with the good hair.
Right.
He stays fucking with them. What did he say about Ben Simmons, brown skin lady? He did I didn't watch his live because he said, Ben Simmons, you better not. And I'm like, what do you care about Ben Simmons for?
Who's Ben Simmons? Oh, that's
the ball player.
Yeah. And is he? He's not. He doesn't want to take the shot. Is that what it is, or is it something else?
No, he's being traded. He doesn't want to go back to his team. I think he wants to go to another team or something.
Oh, okay.
And Twommy did a video saying, Ben Simmons, you better get a new agent or something. I didn't listen to it because, clearly Kwame doesn't have anything to talk about anymore.
Right. So, as much as I love y'all, I love talking to y'all, I got to get out and get some sleep. I'm probably going to, do I need to get on the road? I'm taking a little nap first. But it's been fun, and I appreciate y'all coming out. We're going to have another one for sure Saturday.
He's so stupid. Oh my God. What is wrong with him? He makes dark-skinned black people look so fucking bad.
Yeah.
He stay on that dumb shit.
Right. So again, we're probably gonna talk about the next. We're gonna talk about the police grabbing people by the genitals to search for drugs. We're gonna talk about him, or do you want to talk
And
about?
Ben Simmons doesn't even have good hair. Well, sorry, I mean he doesn't have the good hair that is associated with light-skinned people. He got Afro textured hair like us.
There's nobody says night night everyone. Good night.
I want to do the cop one. I want to do the cop one who stuck it. I want to do that. That's gonna be funny. It's not funny, but it's gonna be fucking funny because you got to listen to everything. I want to do that one. Make time for that one.
And I want to make sure we have good internet for that too, because it's gonna play. We gotta play.
That's gonna be a long time, but it's gonna be so fucking funny. But it's gonna be funny and bad at the same time, and people are gonna be like, "Wait, he got to keep his job."
He got
to keep his job.
That dude's about to get paid for all that too. He gonna get paid. So we're gonna talk about that Saturday. But I'm gonna make sure we have good internet for that.
All right, it was nice talking to you, Trucker. I like seeing everybody in the chat. I feel like we're friends, like we're family.
Yeah.
I wish they would pop up. You can pop up here sometimes, you guys.
Yeah,
but
yeah, I gotta be careful in the
future. No, well, the people that you see whose names that you know, okay?
Yeah.
They can come up here. But anyway, I'm gonna go, and it's good seeing you. You look great. Keep it up. Your background's pretty, and
thank you. Appreciate it.
Drive safe. Good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. Take care, and we're gonna see you Saturday, and we're gonna see you on Sunday. Hopefully, Saturday for sure, and probably Sunday too. And so y'all take care, and we're gonna see you real soon. Take care.